Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to FNL Live, everybody. Let me make sure I'm on deck here. Okay. Everybody, it's your boy, got Monique on the other end as well.
Hey, loves. How's everybody doing out there tonight?
Everybody, so if you were a part of the live stream last night, we had a sort of a technical difficulty, and we decided, I think we did an hour worth of the show already, or 57 minutes up to that point. But, we decided, for you all that we always give y'all quality, even when we do have technical, errors during the show and stuff like that. At least we can, finagle it during the show. But last night, it just wasn't happening. So we decided to go ahead and turn up with you all tonight. Hip hop, so y'all still on that turn up juice right now. Y'all still got that ratchet energy in your spirit. So we might as well just go ahead and, do a show for you all tonight as well, everybody. So definitely thank you all for those who watched last night. I did delete the video, so you want to see that video. This is like once upon a time on FNL Radio. Back in the day, we had this episode of FNL Radio. It was me, my old co-host Chris, and my other another co-host we had at the time named Brandon, and we were coming from Virginia State University, and actually, one of you listeners reminded me of it, but what happened was that we were coming from Virginia State and we were actually in the car going down, what's that? I think it is. What's that road going from Petersburg back to VA or back to the Sub 5?
460.
460, whoever it is. We were right there in the car. I'm driving, got the MacBook in my armrest area doing the show. But we're super drunk. Now, I don't advise people to drink and drive, but I'm a coherent person when I'm driving under influence. But that was a former life. I was younger back then.
Is this the past activity and behavior?
On this scholar right here. So yeah, that was been like in younger days. So that's the one episode of FNL Radio that we actually have hidden in the vault. So that episode of FNL Radio will never reach the surface. It aired live for that one time, and that was it. You will never hear that episode ever, ever in life again, everybody, unless I have it's my time to go, and y'all just need to have a good best of episode from hidden from the vault, like the Prince estate or something. I'll give that to my estate to say, hey, you can air this episode. That's why I didn't air it, because of the fact that I was drinking and driving. But again, I was younger. So the statute of limitations are up by now, I suppose. So anyways.
Well, I got some lawyer friends, and we'll just see about that shit, okay?
Anyway, so thank you all for tuning in to the show tonight, everybody. Again, last night we had we had some topics.
Do you guys hear my stomach bubbling? I made a baked spaghetti, and I guess I shouldn't put all that cheese in it.
Not to lactose. Now, you made this baked spaghetti, because we're going to talk about your food in a little bit, everybody. But, one of the things we mentioned last night, too, on the show was that, as you all know, we do the week in review. So one of the things that happened last week is, if you follow me on Facebook, you know that Monique likes to leave her comments under things. If I post a picture of one thing, and then got other people chiming in, backing her up, like, okay, now, just because I get a little good discount on some skirt steak, does not mean I'm out here at spending $50 on pieces of steak and whatnot. So I made a meal last night. Y'all know I'm on my Chef Doc stuff, and occasionally I'll make meals and stuff like that, especially the holiday season coming up now. So, next week is already Thanksgiving, everybody. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's like, damn, I got to start shopping for gifts and stuff now.
I know. But every time I shop, I end up picking up more for myself than the people I'm actually supposed to be buying. So I got to break that habit.
Yes, well, that's one thing I learned too myself was, I'm one of those people where I don't like to get gifts. I like to give gifts to people. So
I got a gift from you. Like I've been doing this show. Now unless my shit is missing somewhere, maybe it's in that vault you talking about. They never got a motherfucking thing from you. Maybe if something happens to you, or should something happen to you by chance, maybe the estate will give you that gift. But I ain't never got a motherfucking thing from you. Not a Christmas, not birthday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, none of that.
Well, I will give you a gift this year. Won't be in the form of a Google check, but I will give you a gift this year.
The best motherfucking gift you could ever give me. Okay.
One thing I do have a habit of, I always give gifts to people, but I don't like to get Christmas gifts. But one thing I did learn like a few years ago, is that, especially when I, got sick and stuff like that. But one thing I realized that, take care of yourself. So for myself. So last year I went overboard now, and the year before I think I did too. I did a lot of online shopping for myself.
Yeah, you went overboard on your motherfucking self? Is that the reason why I have yet to receive my gifts? And I meant to add FNL Management LLC. Do I get some type of Christmas bonus this year?
You get a can of popcorn. The little tins of popcorn.
I would take those chuckles and those tee-hees as a hell no. Okay. I want to damn can of popcorn. I can buy that shit myself. Just go to Walls.
Anyways, the moral of the story was not supposed to be about that, everybody. But the moral of the story is that you're supposed to take care of yourself and buy stuff for yourself.
It's always about my goddamn Google checks that I owed, okay?
Moving on, so be at hand, everybody. We're supposed to be talking about cooking and stuff. So y'all know I be chef docking up, and especially with the holiday season. So I have my Christmas soiree that I always used to have. That I'm going to be having this year as well. So I'll be cooking. I think last year I made some chicken and waffle sliders, and I made some fried fish and stuff like that. I had a little seafood and chicken situation. Made my own little special honey mustard Dijon sauce and stuff like that for the chicken and waffle sliders.
What is so funny?
Looking at you
over there because of these faces that I'm making.
Yes.
I'm just listening.
I made some
that shit at soiree sounds very expensive. That's what I'm saying. Honey Dijon.
No, now I go to the commissary, my dad, military and everything like that. And shout out to all the veterans too now. Veterans Day was on Saturday, 11/11.
Yeah.
So shout out to all of our veterans out there. And, I have my dad, my uncles. My uncle Larry was a Vietnam War vet. My grandma Rosa May, their mother, rest her soul, she was a nurse in World War II. So vets out there. I know you have some people on your side of the family as well.
My Uncle Sam, who's my mom's brother, who helps me out a lot with taking care of my mom. He is a vet. My cousin Belva, her boyfriend, significant other, Mr. Tyrone, he's a vet. I have some other cousins, my cousin Calvin. So definitely, like I said, last night we salute you all because we all know the freedom ain't really free. And so, for me to enjoy all these liberties and things and whatnot that I would like to enjoy with a Google check, but that is neither here nor there. That is for another time, another place. But again, we just say thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your hard work. So I won't have to get out there in those front lines.
Definitely. And then also, going back again to the meals, people in the Facebook chat that Monique like to have. So I'm out here cooking up the storm, being chef doc and everything on Facebook. Then you all see, I made a skirt steak, marinated in some teriyaki lemon marinade that I created. Over a bed of fried rice made from scratch, some asparagus and some fresh green beans, in a nice little thing like that, stir fried it up and stuff like that. Here she goes. Somebody like the finest piece of steak the butcher cut up and stuff like that. And here go Tony, my old coworker from Intel, chiming in. Looks like it's about $27.99. I'm like, look, y'all, I'm not gonna find today.
Yeah, I mean, you flaunting and carrying on social media. All I'm saying is that look like the finest cut of meat from the butcher that I've ever seen. Now, you got $27.99. You definitely got at least a good $5 on it for these Google shots that you've owed me over the years. But again, Tony, I guess I'll never see it.
Now, what the hell was I going to say? Oh, the point that brought that up too was that me and Monique talked about doing, possibly a cooking segment for you all here on the show one day, especially with the holiday season coming up. And I'm always going to say I'm going to make my way to Richmond, and one day I will, so I can fall and slip on Monique's hardwood floors and go around in that Mercedes Benz. But so I mean, that's one thing that we're considering here for the show, that we have this YouTube platform, and we might as well take advantage of it and stuff like that, and just get all type of content and whatnot.
That'll be a nice way to bring in the new year. We'll see. Maybe nice way to bring in the new year. Like I told you guys, let's say I make a mean ass crab cake. Hold on, why is my 7-year-old up? Yes, sir.
And I got a watch.
Want to say hi to the people? So you got to get right here.
Right here?
No, you got to get right here. Just say hello.
Hello.
Hey, Jada.
You see Reggie? He says hello.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, it's time for you to go to bed.
What?
I see it. We'll put some hydrocortisone cream on it in the morning. Okay.
I'm going to take your mother's spot, since she's going to start acting a mess on the show, start demanding checks and stuff like that. We got to teach the youth, so maybe he'll be the next the next replacement for Monique one day. But like I was saying to people, so again, that's one thing we can start doing is a little cooking segment here on the show and everything like that. And
you got to do shit. Tell him
everybody. So y'all know we always talk about what goes happen in the week. My week's been pretty smooth now. It was really cold outside, everybody. So I hope you all that were don't catch pneumonia. Cause we always tell y'all to bundle up, and y'all know if it's cold outside, to wear a coat and not shorts outside. But if y'all still wearing shorts like it's 90 degrees out here in the summertime, that's a personal problem between you, your hospital bed, and the God. So hopefully you all are like I said, I won't be visiting you all in a sick and shut in. I'm maybe a pastor, doctor, and everything like that. But the way gas money is set up nowadays, and the way that this traffic is building up because of the holiday season.
Well, you got it, honey. You can buy the fattest cuts of meats and things. You got it.
Shout out to Gas Buddy.
Gas.
Look, now speaking of gas, shout out to Gas Buddy. Now, Gas Buddy, can we get a little, promo, a little, check or something for this little plug that I'm about to do? But Gas Buddy had this card now where the Gas Buddy app, and if you link your debit card to or credit card to the Gas Buddy app, you get a card, and you get like 10 cents off your gallon or something like that, or 15 cents your first fill up, which I haven't taken advantage of yet. But for y'all that want to save a little, gas and stuff like that, especially you, Monique, since you're out here using premium and the finest of premium gasoline and whatnot. So
finest of premium. Yes, I drove my BMW today, and it was $2.79 per gallon on the number 93. That is, I was like, okay, yeah.
All right, so with that gas buddy, go down to $2.69. So, so that's one thing for you all. Work has been pretty smooth. It's a new work week started today, and work was pretty fine today. I left work early today at 2:00, so that was a good thing. Take care of some business, so it wasn't me just leaving work early just to leave, but it was refreshing to leave early, especially have a short work week late next week as well. So work has been fine and everything like that. One thing I almost always told myself I would not do happened last night to people. So here I go take the trash, and I think here's Monique. It was after we did the show, and Monique always got this head out on me. So I'm out here taking the trash can. I'm taking trash to the compactor, and I dropped my phone. And as many times I've dropped this phone, the screen has never cracked until last night, everybody. And it started right here, and it starts making its way down here. So I have a cracked up ass phone. Now I'm not sure if that's iPhone telling me to go ahead and get that new phone like you've been supposed to. Making sure that I won't get a pretty penny for this phone, since she won't get a pretty penny for my checking account. So, something happened somewhere along the line.
I'm not sure that necessarily wasn't me, but it's a little girl I like to call motherfucking Karma. That's it's that bitch named Karma. Okay.
Well, Karma, please pay for this phone. Anyway, so how was your week?
Google check. No motherfucking nice iPhone screen. Okay, goddamn it. I had a pretty good week. As we talked about last night, Friday was my husband's birthday.
Oh yeah, so, Captain George. I had a little question and concerns, but I wasn't going to post it all on social media like you would. But I was like, this is a nice little yellow interior here. It's very bright and inviting. I was like, what type of place is this with the columns and the the arts in this place and the restaurant and whatnot? And that's a little buffet shield in the background, little sneeze shield, and I'm not going to ask if it's a buffet or not, but anything is possible. But he said y'all went to Captain George's in Williamsburg. Now I had never been to that location.
You want me to tell the story? You go tell me. Who was it? My husband's birthday.
You can tell the story, but I was just so intrigued that you went to a $35.99 each person buffet, and you out here talking about me for Google checks. Well, go ahead.
Oh yes, Friday. But that's fine. And so he had to work late on Friday. So Jane and I, we took him to celebrate on Saturday, gave him a few gifts. But yes, we did go to Captain George's, to celebrate him. And then at home, when we got home that night, we had a little cake situation, little cake and candles situation. But like I said, overall had a pretty good weekend. Work week was pretty hectic as usual, but I am off this Friday, so I'm praising my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. One of my favorite things is going on this weekend in Lynchburg. You guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Reggie, I don't know if you know this, but J. Crew will be having their warehouse sale, their last one for 2017. The doors open up at 10, so I shall be there very early. But that's what I plan to do on Friday, so I'm excited about that. So
W on the road there.
I don't know. I may drive my husband's BMW. He told me I couldn't drive the Mercedes because it was I wasn't gonna be putting so many miles up on that car. So either I'll drive mine or his.
Okay. Looking fine people, but she kind of for a Google check though, but go ahead.
Well, fucking hours like I do when I'm trying to email my son's teacher, cook dinner, do a little laundry, doing overtime, which is never acknowledged. I should be compensated because again, once I found out what kind of platform we was really working with, I feel like I've been slighted all these years. But again, that's neither here nor there. I'm just glad for that.
Look, given show, you'll be thanked up there for
for that time.
Yes. But real quick too, got to give a birthday shout out as well to Tim. Now, if y'all remember on FNL Radio back in the day, we had our official hip hop head Tim on the show. Once upon a time on the show too, it was one of our top rated moments from back in the day. But Tim and my best friend Keena, we all were going to Art Institute of Philadelphia, and we had a concert that was going on called the Guru. We always do an open mic night in Black Student Union. Koku was up there as well, and I should have him on the show one time too. He's a good artist. But Keena and Tim were going back and forth. Keena, my best friend from Richmond, she said, Tim drink bleach and die. There was a lot of insults being thrown back and forth and stuff like that. It was very intense on the show. Just trying to, it's one of the moments that happened for like 40 minutes straight. But Tim is the official hip hop head of TRL. I said TRL of FNL. And we haven't. He came on the show last year. Monique don't remember that he was on the show last year on one episode. And it had been like last November or last October. He went to New Orleans. And he talked about his New Orleans experience because he was doing a documentary. And he was up here, and Monique just don't remember. But I had to put the episode.
It was an interview that we did with him.
I think he just came on just to, say hey to the people and stuff like that and talk about his experience in the documentary he was making up and stuff like that. So, but we did interact with him a little bit, I believe. I got to put that episode back up.
Compensated for his guest appearance on the show.
Look, the photographer too, so he will be doing some promo shots for FNL one day. So that's his in exchange gift, if you will. exchange of goods and services. So
I see.
Yes, talk about networking. So happy birthday again, Tim, 27 years old.
What happened to Tim?
Yes, people. And then also we have to give a quick congratulations to who is second child with the husband, Corey Hardwick now. Remember, they already had their son, Cree. And if you remember her, Tia and Tamara had the reality show on, I think it was Style Network.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on Style Network back in the day. And we saw where Tia was, dealing with her pregnancy, how it was a very intense pregnancy, was very pregnancy for her. And then also we saw where she was trying to get back in the game and stuff like that. Well, on the show, the game, having to lose the baby weight and stuff like that. So we saw that journey right there. So hopefully she has a smoother pregnancy this time around with her second baby. But congratulations to Tia, who still looks super young too. Like you know, with the curly hair and everything she has, you would think this is like 1993, sister. So that show you that there's some good ass genes and that black don't crack unless you're on crack. But anyway, so congratulations to
shout out to Eddie Kane.
Yes, Eddie Kane. And real quick too, people, so right now all across the news there's a lot of the sexual harassment stuff that's going on right now. We talked about a little bit of it last week or the last show.
Yeah.
And it's more people coming out with more stories, and stuff like that. Now, one person in particular, we're going to talk about him later on the show, Terry Crews and his situation. But Eddie Winslow, Harris McCrae, did an interview saying that he got touched or had sexual misconduct.
By who? Carl Winslow?
He didn't say who. He didn't say if it was on Family Matters. Maybe 3J touched him inappropriately, even though 3J is a badass little child.
Was a whole lot younger than him. What is? But yeah, Orlando Brown had anything is possible with him.
Yes, I was like, who else could have been?
Because he ain't had that many bros and gigs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only show we know him from is Family Matters, and then
Grandma. Yeah,
Rachel.
Nobody thought about Little Richie, unless Little Richie was doing something, honey.
Who else could have been? Goodness. Sure wasn't Jalil, because they all were all bundled up in that picture not too long ago. So on the show, who knows? Was it Sharice? I don't know. Who else could have been? But anyways, so
I just, like I said, he ain't had too many gigs. He played Gerald Levert in the Mickey Howard movie. And what was that other movie where he was whipping Deborah Cox? Do you remember that movie? And he played like Deborah Cox's husband or boyfriend. And he was beating her. I cannot think of what that movie was. Other than that, honey, he ain't been working.
No, so we he did a little interview with Tim Z, so maybe we'll know next week. Maybe he'll write a big expose too. And brought to my attention, I was like, okay, now when Bill Cosby came about all the stories with the whole 50-11 women and stuff like that, we were like, okay, what's really real right now? But all these people coming with all these claims and all these white men losing their jobs, it's kind of like, okay, you get what you deserve. And you got feel a little bad because they are raising families and stuff like that and losing money, but hey, it is what it is because you know what you've done. It's not stuff that's come to light from back in the day to now. So again, I think they said someone black was in the midst too. I can't remember who it was that just said they were sexually harassed.
I think they said Benny Medina.
Yeah, Benny Medina. Yeah, they, he like little boys, so they said he took an actor or someone from the club to the house, things and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then that was really graphic and very explicit, whatever it was supposedly that he did. But I don't know if this is a new fad or what. I mean,
yeah, there's too many stories. Like this has been like 4 weeks now, and it's been all these people coming forward. I'm like, I can't be. Part of you want to think like it can't be that many people now. I mean.
And that's what I don't understand. Why are you niggas waiting 20, 30 years later to say anything? You touch me inappropriately, everybody gonna know about it right then and there.
Exactly. See, the difference is with Bill Cosby people, they couldn't quite remember all the events at that time because he drugged them with some espresso shots and some Revco pills. So, you know, Bill the Pill couldn't quite, you know, get in trouble at the time because he drugged all these girls up and whatnot. But y'all said they masturbated in front of you and stuff like that and had phone sets with you and touched you there.
Asking to watch them take showers and asking for massages. I mean, those are life events that you should always remember. Like you said, it's different when someone is, you know, slipping you a little Mickey, you know, putting some pills and potions down in your Coca-Cola. You know, you know what I mean? That's different. You know, your memory may leave you, and then you may come to, you know, later on. But we talking about, like you said, someone masturbating in front of you, asking you to watch them take a shower, asking you to get in the shower with them. That'll just be something I remember. Or I'm in your, you know, just like the situation with what's the guy that we just talked about from
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, like, come on. And where was your parents at? What? I mean, they let you just go to this grown-ass man's party and then
14.
Yeah, and then you kind of get lost in the place. Like, you start kind of like wandering around. You end up in his bedroom. Everybody left. No one knew that you were still there. Like, where was your mom and your daddy?
Exactly. And, you know, not saying, you know, of course it's not right, everybody, and stuff like that, but you know, at the same time, at a certain age, you gotta be accountable for, even though these are people in powerful positions in Hollywood, or powerful actors and stuff like that, you should know, you should have been taught at a young age for people not to touch you in your no-no zone. So if you haven't been taught that, that's a personal problem between you and your Jesus. But you should have known a long time ago, don't let people touch you inappropriate, don't let people touch you here and there, even as an adult.
Jada knows, don't nobody touch your ping but you.
Exactly. So if you let people touch you all over the place in front of you now, not saying that it's right and not condoning it or whatnot, because that's not what we're doing here, but at the same time, you got to be held responsible for yourself too, because you know, as a grown-ass individual, and if you know, for the people that were younger, you know, they're still finding themselves, so maybe they were confused and stuff like that. I knew better at a young age, but hey, some people are raised differently. But, you know, again, you should know not to let things happen like that, you know. So I'm pretty sure there'll be more stories coming out because they've been flooding every day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like a fad. It's like the norm. Like, this is foolish.
So, you know, again, we'll, you know, keep y'all updated on some more stuff. But again, we have a story on Terry Crews about that later on the show too. So we'll talk about that later. But real quick,
some questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that high yellow ass wife of yours. We'll go.
Yes. So people, so Jill from Philly, Jill Scott. Now you all
coming. Y'all hear?
You know, if people are listening, you know, they're recognizing the train in the background too. So yes, people out, you know, live by the train track where Amtrak and Norfolk Southern goes by.
Let's get on board. People get ready. There's a train coming. Don't need no ticket.
Anyways.
What y'all know about that Curtis Mayfield?
Exactly. I made me want to listen to one of my favorite Curtis Mayfield records is Think. It was on Superfly, but it was just an instrumental, but Think is like a real good piece. Anyways, so Jill Scott and her husband are taking a long walk to divorce court. So, you know, Jill Scott just got married last year, 15 months ago. We reported it on the show because it was like, okay, who the hell Jill Scott getting married to? Because we didn't even know she was dating anybody. You know, I thought she had possibly switched over to the other side the way she's been dressing lately. So I was like, okay, maybe. Maybe.
Well, you know, I was feeling her old to Minnie Riperton. I like that look with the baby's breath and the fro. I like that.
It was like the clean version of what Lauryn Hill was trying to attempt that time. She had that clown ass makeup on and that big ass bozo blouse on.
Not the clean version.
But yeah, so Jill Scott and her husband,
He a baby's breath for her hair.
Goodness, people that anyway. So, Jill Scott, cited irreconcilable differences and inappropriate marital conduct that such further cohabitation would be unsafe and improper.
That's not like somebody was whooping ass.
So in the PDF files, they got married in Tennessee. So they describe inappropriate marital conduct as anything that can mean from cruel treatment, infidelity, verbal or physical abuse. So it's like, okay, now cruel treatment, that sounds like something at the SPCA. So did he have you outside in the dog cage or something? Because that sounds what animal cruelty sounds to me. And cruel treatment to a human, I mean, that means it could be whooping with a belt or something, you know, giving you lashes on your back. I don't know what happened. So that part there. But her husband, Mike Dobson, said that he had never laid a hand on Jill Scott, because I can picture him not laying a hand on her. I can picture nobody laying a hand on Jill Scott. She allowed a woman.
But he never stated, he didn't state that she didn't lay a hand on his ass.
Exactly. Now she seemed like she did not.
I think she was in there whooping his ass.
Exactly. She got a strong fist, looks like. And that's the reason why he said that she's evil. So he said she's an evil woman. I'm telling you, it's like what Jill Scott wants, Jill Scott gets. People are in her ear, challenge the dumb shit. They made me to be the bad guy, and that got me out of there. So she's got issues. There's no men in that family. There's only women. And when a man comes in, it's like a challenge. So you all know that she has that one son from her old bandmate. They had a child about 7 years ago. They have no children together, though. They got married in June 2016 in Tennessee, and Big Daddy Kane performed there. It's no good to have an old school artist perform at your wedding, because that means it might not last forever. Shout out to Keith Sweat. So
what they got to do with anything?
Look, if you have a artist that we haven't heard from in a long time perform at your wedding now, that's like if Elder Barge performed at your wedding. Do you think that's going to have a lasting good impression on your marriage?
Well, if
the Barge is my favorite group. Now, the Barge is my favorite group of all time, one of my favorite groups, but I can't have Elder Barge coming at my wedding singing, because that might be a tainted image on my wedding or my marriage.
He ain't the one I'm worried about. It's that one that got his ass whooped at the halfway house. That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, yeah, if James and Bunny came performing, and Chico the Barge, like, he cleaned his act up. But if
in jail?
He out of jail. He was doing some kind of play or something. He was doing the Elder Bar or doing the Barge tribute or something at a casino in Florida not too long ago. So, and he looked like he don't like the Chico the Barge that we knew him to be, with the bald head and everything like that. You know, when people do crack, they got them craters. You know, especially people of mixed race, to get them craters in their face. So he like, his face is a little dried out.
You know what? I noticed the people that smoke cigarettes a lot. That's who get them craters. People that smoke Newports.
Yes. But anyway, so she has one son named Jet and everything, and she listed the date of separation September 5th. She also lists herself as earning a PhD and her occupation as a writer. She also lists Mike Dobson as unemployed. He told Gossip that he has held a position with the city of Atlanta since 2011. If he's a maintenance worker, if he's out here at the water sewer treatment center, working in the office as an office clerk or something, but he got a job with the city of Atlanta. He's not the mayor, but he got a job.
Maybe he's driving a Marta.
Exactly, but he got the benefits. He worked for the city, so that's should have kept him right there, Jill. And then they said that they
the CDC down there, they employ anybody.
Yes, they need to work. So shout out to Atlanta. But Mike said that Jill may have listed him as unemployed on the divorce documents to smear him. She likes to emasculate men. That's her problem. I told her she's from Philly, but I'm from New York. And if you want to try to disgrace me, try to slander me, I can fight dirty. We like to have nice fights. Some games of truth or truth and stuff like that. So,
now, let me say this now. We talked about this a bit last night. There is a prenup in place, and she has asked for the courts to enforce it. But, excuse me, even with the prenup, I would think that because she listed him as unemployed, don't you think she gonna have to pay him some sort of spousal support? That was the last thing that I would have done. My ass, he would have been. He is a barber. He got a restaurant. You know what I mean? Like you said, he a janitor. He is a sanitation worker. You would have about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 jobs listed. Because again, I won't be paying you a damn thing. Like I said, we talked about it last time. There is a prenup in place. She has asked for the courts to enforce it. But you know, I'm not sure about this, honey. And then that's the other thing. I'm not sure what he is really entitled to, being that they've only been married for 15 months.
Exactly, a short ass marriage. So again,
yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the point was. Well, why did you get married if you were just gonna turn around and get divorced? What was the point of that?
Exactly. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, and even reading the reports, it's like, okay, you filed for divorce, but it sounded like Michael said he left too. So I'm like, okay, who really left and who beat each other to the courthouse to get that $200?
And it kind of sound like you giving some Halle Berry type of tease that you can't keep a man. All these men say you crazy and controlling, and you know, some ain't right, girl. And the other thing I asked last night, what is up with you woke and conscious bitches? What is wrong with y'all? You natural sisters.
Yeah, you know, the type of women that, you know, like to, you know, put the natural oil scents in the, you know, put lemon wedges under the armpits as a deodorizer or something of that nature. You know, I talked about this last night too. One of the girls at work was talking about, you know, on the armpit as a natural deodorant, and instead of using Toms, you know, use, you know, a lemon wedge, sun kiss.
Well, that's what
so, you know,
I used to use this crystal, and you just and you just wet it, and you put it under your armpits like a roll-on deodorant.
And my mom roll on that.
My mom was like, no.
You know, shout out to your pH balance and whatnot. So definitely, you know, if you're out there, don't shave your armpits and put the, you know, lemon wedge on your armpits, you know, and make an Arnold Palmer or nothing like that. But just make sure that your armpits are pores are closed up so you can put this lemon wedge under your armpit and you test it out, and y'all let us know how it smells. It smells lemony fresh out the Pine Sol Pledge and whatnot. So, you know, again, I guess there'll be more on this story with Jill Scott and her husband and their foolishness about their divorce. Now, another person too that we always talk about on the show, I feel like we're going to have to put them on the list of, like we do the Kardashians. We can only talk about you once every quarter in about 60 seconds. Now, Tyrese, everybody now, Tyrese has been in our show
for the last time.
And there were times we even bypass talking about Tyrese because it's like, okay, we know Tyrese always be on his black fuck shit. So it's like we don't really want to give him more information or more details and stuff like that, or, you know, give him more press. But it's the story that's out there. Y'all want to hear it and everything like that. So y'all know Tyrese has been going through this whole legal custody of his daughter. Now remember, like Norma Gibson claimed that he beat Shayla about 10 times or 16 times or 50 times a day, to the point where she couldn't stand up and stuff like that. Remember, he had a restraining order. He had a restraining order put against him for the daughter and for Norma, and he violated that low key by firing banners across her school and stuff like that, which is a security risk at that too. Because what if that banner or that blimp would have fell on the school building? That would have been your ass. And like you always say, send the edible arrangements to the school front desk and stuff like that. Like, what a team would do with a whole bouquet of edible arrangements?
I told you, eat that bitch. Them pineapples is off the goddamn chain. Do y'all see them pineapples shaped in flowers? With the grapes and stuff like that, like the little daisies and whatnot, and the chocolate strawberries and stuff. Yeah.
Anyway, so, and then, you know, of course, and then, of course, you know, there's the videos that he's been putting out here crying and stuff like that. One thing we didn't even pay attention to because it was so that he's crying out here for attention that he, him and his new wife, they're expecting a son. And then so much other crazy stuff, people. So the latest that has come out was that, remember we told y'all last week that Will and Jada Pinkett Smith gave him $5 million to pay towards his legal fees and to stay off social media.
Yeah, and the lie detector test determined that was a lie, sir.
So he didn't get no money from them. Will Smith sources say that, you know, they're concerned for him. And then he had like a custody agreement put in place where he could, see his daughter on weekends and stuff like that. Well, here he go, fucking mess stuff up. So he was supposed to go to, have his daughter like on weekends. I think it was last weekend, the weekend before that as well. Instead, he wanted to take a trip to Abu Dhabi. So, being Tyrese, he likes to have his long ass quotes on social media or his long ass captions. And y'all remember when we told y'all how he gave a shout out to Dr. King for taking the walk in the LA riots or whatever. I think he said LA riots. He said something crazy. Like he was right there with Rodney King when, King died a long, long time ago before then. So
well, he have a video right now. And he's in a chef coat and he's cooking breakfast, and then he starts crying, and then he starts twerking.
Yeah, now that's that. Now this is not a nigga that probably had been touching Hollywood too. Maybe that's why he get a little crazy. Because remember, he had to do some strange things to get that baby boy role. So maybe that's why he's acting crazy. Maybe that's why he's so up in arms about this whole Fast and Furious spinoff with The Rock, because he's like, look, to get this role, like so he might be up in arms about that. He was supposed to see his story, but he went to Abu Dhabi instead. And he wrote this long ass caption on social media, on Instagram, basically saying that he needed to get away from America and all the non-judgmental, or see his non-judgmental family. So I'm like, who's the family out there in Abu Dhabi? That sounds some dirty ass money. But he said, time to hit the gym when you live and speak your truth. You have to be willing to hashtag agape love on your haters and enemies. No one wanted to hire me. No one wanted to close deals with me. False accusations have been following me for 10 years. I'm not done yet, but I'm almost at the finish line. And the goal is my baby. I'm headed to Abu Dhabi to the Formula One races to see my non-judgmental family and to take a much needed break from America and the blogs. Again,
and if you got all this money, sir, to be going to Abu Dhabi and all this other stuff, why somebody had to give you, or why did you have to allege that somebody had to give you $5 million to take care of your legal fees and your court fines and all those type of things? And where is your wife in all of this? We ain't see this bitch yet, because I just noticed that this video that he posted when he was twerking and making breakfast for her, as soon as he went to the bedroom, the video cut off. Where is she at? And how come she ain't slapping the dog fuck out of you for embarrassing yourself like this? And then, as I was saying last night, there was another story that was posted. I just looked at the headline of it and just kept on moving about my business. But it said something about he claims that these issues that he's having is due to the fact that he's depressed and he needs his medication, or he's not taking his medication the way he's supposed to take it. This, that, and the third. But
yeah, he's not taking the dosage right. So they're saying that a couple of meltdowns that we've been seeing all on social media with the crying uncontrollably and stuff like that, which, again, we know that to be some mental health issues, especially, with Monique, she can pinpoint that as a social worker. She knows what the deal is. And, so my dad was a social worker as well. So he knows, I've seen people, like that before, and I know what, entails that. So they say he was taking this drug called Rowdy and used to treat depression, having an adverse effect on him. Medicine and getting back to normal. Now, that's one thing you don't do is go off your meds, because that would make you even more crazy. People that have mental issues, they say that the drugs make them feel different, make them feel crazy and stuff like that. So they try to wean themselves off the drugs. They try to not take it to make them feel, normal. But sometimes normal is not what you need at that time. Maybe you need something to stabilize those chemical imbalances in your head. And
well, this is what, according to Norma Gibson, he has pretty much always denied having a mental illness. He has never been stable because, again, he doesn't want to comply with the medication that is prescribed to him. So, you know, Tyrese, I can't keep adding you to Wellness Check Wednesdays. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to do it. You need to go somewhere and sit the fuck down. And then the other thing is, now you did all this crying about Shayla and all this other foolishness. You flying these blimps across her school, sending these edible arrangements into the office. They told you don't have no direct, indirect contact with her. You did, you did just that. You did not comply with that. But then when you are granted the opportunity to have visitation with Shayla, now granted it was supervised, but you were still granted the opportunity to do so. You have missed that time because supposedly I hear that you are on a yoga retreat, sir. So we're trying to figure out what this is about. Now you've kind of thrown Russell Simmons into the mix and states that he was the one that recommended that you start this yoga. You stayed, your health is wealth. And I do believe that. I agree with that. But you are not healthy, nor are you wealthy. So I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on there. Then you miss these 2 court appearances. So again, you have the opportunity to spend time with this child. And now you're not doing that. So, again, I don't know what's going on with you. This is the last time I want to talk about you, want to talk to you. You just need to go somewhere and sit the fuck down. And I'm not really sure this baby that y'all about to have, I'm not really sure if that baby need to be in the home with y'all. But, that's just my professional social work opinion coming out. Because y'all got some issues, and your wife, clearly, she ain't stable either if she is condoning or is okay with this foolishness.
Exactly. It's like, and even this one, something's wrong too, because he even, mentioned one of his posts that, she told him, basically giving some uplifting and encouraging words like, keep your fire extinguisher with you because you got a lot of people who come with the heat and all the haters and stuff like that. And he was like, no, I'm still going to, he said something crazy. We don't like to keep quoting Tyrese because crazy people, but this guy got some type of issues, and it's sad to watch, especially because, like we mentioned too, in the Black community, we don't really talk about social mental health issues that we supposed to, because there's a lot of people that's going through a lot of mental health issues, especially Black men, and we don't want to talk about it because people don't want to admit it that they have issues. And Tyrese really got some issues, people. So I think last week I said I want to keep him in my prayers, but for the sake of him not going off the edge and him still not being on a 5150 hold, I'm praying for him, just for the remainder of the holiday season. So,
I'm out.
Well, I'm not going to directly pray for him, but I just tell y'all to pray for him because I don't want to waste my prayers, So, I mean,
I don't want to be bothered with this bullshit here. He don't. Like you being a pastor, Reggie, and the prophetess yourself, I thought you should already know that because you're supposed to have a direct line to him. You know that he don't want to be bothered with this bullshit. He done tried to help Tyrese. Look how he blessed him. You got these roles and whatnot in Fast and Furious. At least you getting your check, honey. I ain't seen my Google check yet, but my Jesus still blesses me each and every day. But come on now. Even God is sick of your ass, okay?
Exactly. So, again, until next week, we'll see. And especially it's Thanksgiving, so who knows what's going to happen. Because remember, Thanksgiving a few years ago, that's when Paul Walker died. So, this really going to hit him again because every time around that time of year.
To be totally honest, he ain't really been right since Paul Walker died. You blamed the dead man for the reason why you couldn't take care of your child. Again.
So, we'll see how Tyrese acts next week, everybody. But again, let's check the year. Every day. He needs to be in the 5150 hold. He needs to be in the padded room where he's hugging himself. He can bounce off the walls and bounce those ideas around to figure out what's really going on.
Like I said, I'm this baby that's on the way. I'm really not sure if this child need to be in the house with you or this wife either. But
because she seemed like a little weakling herself, so she's not that quite a strong person. So again, we shall see. Now, a story that came out too this week, D.L. Hughley. Now, we really don't talk much about D.L. Hughley, and I don't know if y'all been watching that show too, the Comedy Get Down on BET.
You know what? I tried to watch that Saturday night, and I saw probably about 3 minutes of it, and I fell asleep. It went to commercial, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay up and watch this," and then I fell asleep. But I heard it was pretty good. I'm not sure if it's gonna get picked up for a second season. But you know, you guys know that is a show that comes on BT with DL Hughley, George Lopez, rest in peace to Charlie Murphy, and is it
Cedric Entertainer and Eddie Griffith.
yeah.
Who we haven't seen from Malcolm and Eddie. So at least he's still out here getting checks, so that's a good thing.
Well, he was on the Def Jam 25th anniversary special that aired on Netflix.
Yeah, but before then, where were he at?
No, he was in Norbert. Was that before or after? I think that was after Malcolm and Eddie, I believe.
After Malcolm and Eddie, he was in there.
Yeah.
And then I remember he had like a little show that was on VH1. Like he was supposed to do like this reality show on VH1. They had like several years ago, probably 10 years ago. This around the time when you had your thing on Bobby Brown on Bravo, and then your I used to call the night on VH1, but I think it was the celeb reality nights or something on VH1 where you had Surreal Life and you had Eddie Griffith's show and those shows. So he was part of that lineup at that time. But but D.L. Hughley, going back to D.L. Hughley, so you know, we really don't talk much about because I think the last time we talked about him was he said something about
Steve Harvey,
somebody
going to meet with Donald Trump.
That was really the last time we talked about him. So really the only time we really talk about him is
yeah, and he typically flies under the radar. I mean, you know,
he doesn't cause much. One thing, he was on Angela service with Angela Yee, and it was the show was recently taped and it's going to be airing soon. But in one of the segments, he actually revealed something that no one ever knew about him himself. So,
Lord, was he molested as well?
No, he wasn't one of the touch victims out here. But he did say that child outside of his marriage who died. So he said, I remember I got jammed up tight, so I had knocked this chick up, and she had the baby, and the baby got killed by her boyfriend. It was a horrible, horrible experience. Paying for, I'm a boy, I'm scared, I'm just starting out my career. I get a call from my boy, and he says, your son is in the hospital. We're in Cape Verde. So I go to the hospital, and this boy was laying in the bed, and apparently her boyfriend had shaken him and damaged him. And I knew one day I would be man enough to tell my woman what had happened. I was so fucked up. How he was eventually able to keep his secret any long, and decided to confess to his wife. He said, so finally one day I tell my wife, and do you know, she told me, she said, I wish you would have told me so we could have gone through this together. So then years later, he said they were at the airport, and the woman, and this was at the time during the airport when you could just go, he said, remember when you could airport, you didn't have to have a ticket and you could meet your family. So one day I go and the girl is there and my wife meets me at the plane. I see her see us and I don't know she's thinking trick bag, and I say, baby, this is the girl I had the baby by. And my wife said, I'm sorry for your loss. And he says, I felt so small because I was a coward two ways, and it starts to change the way you see stuff. I think pretty young, I never felt bad about my inclinations. I've felt bad about the damage that it's done to the people in my life, and I don't want to be that kind of guy that at the end of your life has broken a lot of people, children and women and families, and I think a lot of guys feel like that. So I'm trying to think what time of frame was this, because remember when he started out back in the day on Def Comedy Jam, one episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I'm thinking, was this around the Hughley's time frame or something? Because that was like 99-ish. So I'm trying to figure out what time. But he said he was just starting out his career, so it had to be like that Def Comedy Jam era.
Yeah, because I was going to say the Hughley's, he was kind of in the height of his career then.
Yeah. So again, it brings the question, especially with, infidelity and having babies out of wedlock and stuff like that, that you really don't hear that the tragedy that can come from it too, where the other man who's in a relationship with the person could, kill the baby, kill the life and stuff like that. I mean, we hear stuff about that too, where, R. Kelly, appropriate age, the herpes or what he gave her, the clap or something. Robert
the woman that ran off and left her husband for him, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did give her chlamydia.
Yeah, chlamydia, all types of STDs, anything that's nasty. So, you know, again, that part of the infidelity is kind of like, okay, it's kind of fucked up, but at the same time, it's like, standing though, and you don't hear that a lot, you know, and not saying, you know, amongst black women, but, you know, you don't really hear what a wife would say, a black wife at that would say, you would have told me so we can get through this and stuff like that, you know, especially a baby out of wedlock. So, you know, if, you know, Smiley decided to, you know, come home with the another baby and you didn't know about the child, what
you said what?
What if your husband, you know, had another baby that, you know, no one knew about and stuff like that, and you found out? Would you be like, you know, you this wife and be like, you know, I wish you would have told me that we could go through this together?
No. What will probably happen is I would be just like Jill Scott, we would be a divorce court, and we would be citing irreconcilable differences and an atmosphere in a home-like environment where we cannot cohabitate in the same place due to it's not being safe. And I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna commence to whooping ass. Okay. Now we don't play that shit.
So I mean, again, it's a very sad story, though. You know, especially again, the baby, you know, lost his life because of the woman's boyfriend. But you know, every story doesn't come out that happy like that, though, where the wife is accepting of it and she's not whooping ass on the girl or anything like that, or even be. And we don't know that too. Maybe Dio did get his ass whooped by her. By the wife, but
well, let me ask you this. I mean, did he mention that he had been taking care of this child? Did he acknowledge the child?
And that's the thing, he was doing it behind the scenes. It reminds me of Joe Carmichael. Remember, Joe Carmichael had that, for those who watched the Carmichael show when it was on air during season 3, child out of wedlock years later, years before, he married this crazy ass girl, Cynthia, played by Loretta, and he, you know, basically said that I think the son's name was Morris, or Mowry, something like that.
Yeah, Morris.
And yeah, and she was, you know, he basically said that, you know, he had the baby before they got married, but he just never told her because, you know, he didn't want to hurt her and stuff like that, and you know, I guess he was saying that he wanted to come off looking crazy, but it looks crazier when it's, you know, years later and you're taking care of this child, and the only reason you got caught by what's his damn name?
Are you talking about on the Carmichael show?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly Morris reached out to the younger brother. I can't think of the youngest. Well, not John, but the other one. Yeah, by Bobby. Reached out to Bobby.
Gerard. Yeah, Gerard Carmichael. And, you know, remember he said Gerard saw him, saw Joe and the boy playing at the park, and he was just, you know, praying that good thing my father's not a pedophile. But, you know, he saw them playing together. So, again, there's something where, you know, he's taking care of a child. And you hear about stories like that a lot where child and, you know, one father is taking care of the child behind the scenes for all these years. And sometimes that one piece of mail could come to the mailbox that one day where you might not catch it on time. The mailman might come early. The wife may catch that mail. I've seen one of my friends go through a situation like that, and they're still together. So, you know, again, it happens. So.
Because that ain't my testimony. I'm be whooping ass. Okay.
All right, Tina. So, shout out to Tina Campbell. So, you know. So, I mean, again, you know, everyone have their different endings of the story, but again, it's very different because, again, you don't really hear people be that vulnerable and open up, especially comedians. And, you know, that could have been material that, you know, he could have used years ago, but he kept something for himself. So I guess that's a good thing in the world of comedy, I suppose. So I guess that's, you know, that's that story there.
He right. Huh?
He says he writing a book.
Yeah, you know, typically stuff like this comes out when someone's writing a book.
Or promoting something. Now I know he's on the Comedy Get Down tour. They're going to be at the Richmond Coliseum on December 9th and at Norfolk Scope on December 1st. So I know he's going to tour still.
Now, I will say this, what I do remember seeing on Saturday night, I thought it was very bizarre because I always thought the Comedy Get Down was pretty much about the backstage and what goes on backstage, you know, at the comedy tours and stuff like that. But this, and I know I wasn't asleep, I was halfway asleep, but I do remember pretty much Elise Neal was on there and she played his wife. And then I want to say Cedric the Entertainer. I want to say, what was that child's name? Terry Vaughn. She was up there and she played his wife. And I was like, well, this is bizarre. And then it went, like I said, I saw like 3 minutes of it. And then it went to a commercial. And I was like, oh, I'm going to, you know, watch this when it comes back on. And I fell asleep, so I don't remember. But I thought that part was weird because I was like, this don't look like nothing about backstage.
I might do a catch up on that. Like I said, I saw probably 2 or 3 episodes. And I think it's only been like 5 episodes so far. So I will catch up on the cast. I haven't caught up on all of the main event with Gucci Mane and Keisha Kaur. So I'll catch up on those shows probably this weekend coming up. But when we just talked about, you know, another woman wanting to step in and help with another man's child, now this is a little bizarre to me right here. So
Foolishness. Stupid shit I done read all year.
So Torrei Hart, now you gotta make your mind up, baby girl. You gotta pick your battles now. Do you want to be against Kevin and Eniko, or do you want to be for them? Like, you gotta make your mind up because you got these conflicting stories in your mind right now, what you really want to do. So, you know, here she go out here now. I'm trying to figure out if she got a new collection of her wines that she coming out with or something, or I think she do like the little mixers for the drinks and stuff like that. So I'm like, Torrei, what new product are you hustling right now at the Home Goods? So here she go right now.
Real quick way not to make me bad. This shit don't make no sense. She got baby fever, but she don't want to have a child of her own. So she's hoping that she can co-parent and be in the life of I think what's they're gonna name little baby Kenzo, right?
So she said, I have baby fever, but I don't want any more kids. And she's 39 years old. I want to be able to love on this baby just like they're loving on the baby. With co-parenting, you have to get it right, and it's not a weird thing. I just want peace. Torrei claimed that lies and infidelity on Kevin's part ruined their 8-year marriage, which produced 2 kids having a hindrance. So he cheated during their marriage with Eniko before Kevin's current cheating and extortion scandal made headlines. But first, when it comes to the relationship with Kevin, it's not always easy. It takes time, and both parties have to be willing and wanting. And here's the thing: it's ups and downs. It's like any relationship. Some days it'll be great, and then there will be some days, and you gotta just reset, learn how to deal with it. Again, Torrei, what you trying to do now?
Yeah, none of this makes sense. Why would you want to co-parent of all the babies to co-parent? Why would you want to co-parent that baby?
Exactly. The one that you claim was, you know, according to your timeline and scheduling and whatnot, and your whole calendar and everything like that. Shout out to the Palm Pilot. So you saw that, you know, according to your timetable, that she was the woman that Kevin was creeping with when y'all were married. So why would you want to co-parent the baby that your husband?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, is it me? Now, my definition of co-parenting and her definition of co-parenting are 2 totally different definitions. Because the last time I checked, I thought co-parent means that you actually have. Well, I mean, I guess technically it doesn't necessarily mean that you have actually had to have birthed this child and you are co-parenting with him, but you ain't even with him. And it would, you know, because I guess in a sense, you know, when I think of it, you know, like, you know, if Smiley and I, God forbid, ever got divorced, you know, he's Jaden's stepdad. And, you know, I guess he would still want to be in Jaden's life. And so, you know, even though we would be separated and living in 2 different households, we would co-parent Jaden. or just like I co-parent Jaden with his biological child, with his biological father. Now you're not in a relationship with this man.
No.
You are not birthing this baby, and Eniko is. Why do you, again, out of all the babies, the co-parent, why would you want to co-parent that baby? And if you got baby fever and you don't want to have a baby, just go on down to somebody's daycare and play with the kids for a little while and then go on about your business. Volunteer at a daycare. What are you talking about? Get in the Big Brother, Big Sister program. What is going on? What?
Exactly. Or, adopt the child, foster to adopt or something. The city always got, programs where kids are in the foster programs. Foster to adopt a child. Be it, I forget what they call it, like a weekend foster parent. I think it's a respite.
Respite.
Yeah, respite foster parent. Do that. If you have baby fever that much, oh, hell, you got kids yourself.
Take work with the youth at your church. Go be a youth advisor at your church, girl. What? All these kids right here to foster and to nurture and to love on. You want to love on this baby. You want to co-parent this baby, girl. Bad.
And Kevin hasn't said anything about it. Nico, of course, hasn't spoken about it.
That stupid ass shit either.
It just sounds too damn bizarre. Like Torrei, like you always have us there, to be on your side a little bit, but sometimes you just pull us back where we just got our luck.
You did, girl. You worked on that skin. Them sister locks is nice looking and tight and nice. Now you talking foolish and ratchet.
Yes.
Go somewhere, sit down. Love on Hendrix in heaven. That's who you love on, and you co-parent.
Your own kids. Anyways, I guess that's that to that story.
Yeah, we won't be following this to talk about this shit.
No, unless you come up with some other bullshit. But anyway, so Nicki Minaj's brother Jelani Maraj. Now we're talking about this story for since last year. Then we just started talking about it more recently because it was on trial. Remember he was found guilty, or they found him guilty of child rape during the trial. He's facing 25 years to life in prison. So the verdict came in on Thursday in Long Island. Gets predatory sexual assault against a child and endangering the welfare of a child. So remember we told you all the graphic details. I don't even want to go back and read the details. You can look at the other shows and see that. But again, the details are very disturbing, especially when the younger brother saw what was going on in the basement. And disturbing. He faces 25 years in life. He'll be sentenced on December 14th. Madeline Singers told TMZ, "We hope that today's verdict will help the family in the healing process." Nicki Minaj never testified during the trial, despite claims that she would be that she would by her brother's defense team. Remember, they said he was trying to distort, the wife, or now ex-wife, was trying to distort money from Nicki Minaj, $25 million. So there's a lot of stuff that was going on, but that's the end result. And again, you get what you deserve because that really happened. I mean, they found your DNA and everything on the girl's clothes. So I mean, again, for that to happen, that's just very disturbing and very nasty. So again, hopefully there's peace within the family now with this whole situation. So Nicki, I guess because we never really heard Nicki Minaj speak on this as well, and it brought another question to me too, because y'all remember Nicki Minaj was supposed to have a TV show or a sitcom on her life, kind of like how Everybody Hates Chris was for Chris Rock.
Yeah, it was coming on the Family Channel, right?
It was supposed to, and then it never came on. They said they stopped production. Because remember, Golden Brooks was supposed to, she ended up getting a role on the show too, when they rebooted the show again. And they never came out with the show. So I was wondering, maybe her brother, because ABC Family, which is not Freeform, is more of like a family geared channel. Maybe because of those allegations that's happening to her family, that may have stopped her show from happening. Because again, that's the only thing I could think of, and she hasn't spoken much about that. So, the 14th, everybody, when he takes his steps in jail, maybe she'll say something. But at the time being, she hasn't spoken out about it, and maybe she'll support her brother from a distance, from afar. So we shall see. Let me go to the next story here. What we got going on now? Here's the story on right now. All right, so the Juice Man OJ Simpson. So we haven't spoken much about OJ since he's been out on the loose. You know, the juice is on the loose, but he had too much juice in the system, so he got kicked out of the Las Vegas Cosmopolitan Hotel. He had been freaking in the bars at the hotel since his release from prison, because you know he's living out in Vegas right now. And around midnight, one night last week, he got drunk and became disruptive at the Click bar. They say he was very angry with hotel staff and glasses broke at the bar. There was a brawl that ensued, I guess, and then he was security showed up and removed him from the hotel. He was nice to respond to security guards, but he's still been permanently banned from the Cosmopolitan. So OJ, now you know damn well you like 70 years old now. You're at that age where you like the old drunk. You know, when you above a certain age, you become the old drunk because your drunkenness is just like to a whole extent, a whole nother level. You just got out of prison. You're 70 years old. You got her cutting up and getting banned out of hotels. Now, hotel staff, y'all got lucky. Because we know what OJ is capable of when he gets very upset and very angry. You will be 6 feet under and with a glove that didn't quite fit. But I mean, hey, so, you know, I'm pretty sure he picked up a white girl or two that night.
Yeah, the juice. Child, y'all drove off into the sunset in your goddamn Bronco. Now, yeah, I'm not understand. Yeah, the juice, he was loose as a goddamn goose. Your ass ain't been out a whole 6 months, and you getting put out of Las Vegas. And, you know, I've never been to Las Vegas, but I've been to casinos during the day, and most times it's nothing but old ass senior citizens, much like OJ in there. And you know they quiet, they not rowdy. You know they drink their little rum and coke, they play their little slot machines, they in there on their walker, their oxygen. You don't hear shit off. You don't hear shit from them. You know, they play their little penny machine and they.
Yes.
And they keep on moving about their damn business. Your ass, your black ass said that. You know, we was all rooting for you, championing for you. I wanted your ass to get out. You know what I mean? And enjoy again these freedoms and these liberties. And your ass, as soon as you get out, you act like a goddamn fool, Mr. Simpson.
Like you are on your senior level now. Like you are supposed to get your retirement, your Medicaid, everything under the sun that a senior citizen is supposed to get. You're supposed to be enjoying your AARP membership discounts, and you're out here turning up and getting banned out of hotels at 70 years old.
That I recall when you got out, we specifically told your ass to go sit your ass down until God called your ass home. That's what we told you to do. Your ass is out here turning up, getting loose as a goose, getting kicked out of fucking hotels in Las Vegas. Exactly. Do you want to go back to prison and die right there?
You just got to jump in Las Vegas at that. Las Vegas is a place where you got locked up for that. Sir, enough common sense got to be there. I guess you'll write a book if I did it part 2 or something. But, you know, again, sir, you just got to, you know.
Part 2.
You just got to get your life in order, sir. Like, where are your kids at? They're grown enough now to get you in check.
Where's Arnell?
Yes. So that's OJ Simpson updates for you all. You know, again, he might get a little white girlfriend soon. The new year is still, you know, upon us, so maybe we'll see what happens.
He already got one.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's hidden in the closet somewhere. Maybe she gotta check a pulse on the white girl now. Still, when you get upset now, so you gotta check the pulse on the white girl. But moving on to another story here. It's a sad story that happened here in Virginia at that. In Virginia Beach too. So Melissa Hancock, now I don't remember her, but she's from she was on an episode or a few episodes of Little Women of Atlanta. I think she was friends with what's the little midget, the midget twins?
Oh,
What's their name?
Amanda and I can't remember the other one.
Yeah,
but one had a daughter named Aubrey.
Stuff. So Melissa Hancock, she was on the episode. I think it was talking about strippers or strip clubs, one episode or something. But she was allegedly driving the car that killed the man head on in a crash, and she was arrested for DUI. So they say the Virginia State Police said that she collided head on with a 29-year-old male driver Saturday morning, which is the Saturday before last. And she was going the wrong way on the one-way street. Now she was coming from what locals were saying here in Virginia Beach that she was coming from Peabody's. Now, the only thing I could think of where she was coming down one-way street in Virginia Beach would be if she was like, because going down the beach and the oceanfront, you know, it's only that one way this way, and then the other one way going that one opposite direction too. So maybe she was driving down the wrong way or something. I don't know what happened. But he later died at the hospital. So she's been charged with DUI, maiming, and driving the wrong way, and she's being held without bail in the Virginia Beach jail. I don't even know if she's from here or not, but
I thought she was from Texas. I thought they all were from Texas.
Yeah, so, you know, again, this is not a story, you know, for you all to, you know, if you are drinking and driving, you know, don't take my advice like I did once upon a time. But make sure that, you know, there's a lot of options now with your Ubers, your Lyfts, and black and yellow or black and white checkered taxi cabs and whatnot, you know, Peabody. So I wouldn't be surprised if she get a lawsuit, if Peabody's get a lawsuit for allowing it to, you know, her leave the club or something. I don't even know if she had an appearance, because what are you doing in Virginia Beach? Like, you know, I mean, this is November. No one's coming to the ocean front in November for anything like that.
That's what I was about to say. What was she doing at the beach any goddamn way? And the shit, it's shit 30-something degrees outside.
Exactly. So you know, again, prayers to the family. And, you know, again, it's something that happened here in Virginia Beach. So, you know, we'll keep y'all, if anything comes up in regards to that, we'll definitely, you know, keep y'all updated with some information, what goes on with that. And if this will be, see, I don't know if she wasn't a pivotal character, excuse me, on, you know, not Love Hip Hop, but on Little Women like that. So, what happens with that? So, moving on to another story real quick as well, everybody. So, Rihanna, y'all know she is the fashion queen, the fashion killer. She is out here, collection, the Fenty Beauty collection. You know, all y'all out there selling out her, buying up her products and everything like that. Well, she's putting her fashion levels and fashion talents to another test again, people, because next year for the 2018 Met Gala, she will be co-hosting the Met Gala. So, you know, this is the time when a lot of celebrities turn up in their best dress and their very creative costumes and designer wear and whatnot. And Rihanna has always been one that has always been kind of the leader of the pack for the past few years.
Her dress
so, you know,
always like stunning and give you that wow factor.
Yes. So according to Vogue, the theme for 2018 show will be Heavenly Bodies, Fashion, and the Catholic Imagination. It'll be taking place on May 7th. So this is where it's going to be creating a dialogue between fashion and the masterworks of religious art in the museum's holdings. And the show will be presented in the trinity of locations, the Anna Wintour Costume Center, galleries at the Met's Fifth Avenue location, and further uptown at Cloisters. Central to the conversation will be the panel garb on loan from the Sistine Sacristy, and many of which have never been seen outside the Vatican. Even in the 1983 Met blockbuster, the Vatican collections, the papacy, and art. So again, mixing art and religion is going to be very interesting. So we shall see what people come up with. So some people are going to be pissed off, but we shall see what people come up with for the new 2018 Met Gala. You all know that we usually do our news stories, but we have some quickies now, people. So we have quick news stories that we want to tell you all that's going on in the world right now. So in the world of entertainment still, but it's just little quick news, you know, that we don't really have to give a full to of it to pretty much understand what's going on. First up is Tammy Roman on Basketball Wives. Everybody, pivotal character on Basketball Wives since she came out there with her Pulp Fiction wig on season 1, her cigarette in her hand, being the breaks off of Evelyn Lozada.
Yeah, her Pulp Fiction wig. I can't stand you. Yes, a bitch. Why was that band on that goddamn wig so goddamn tight at the end?
Yes, look, or Lucy from from Peanuts, if you will. But Tammy,
That Lucy.
but Tammy's been the pivotal part of Basketball Wives franchise ever since the Basketball Wives Miami, and even till now, where she's turning up, and even last season where she tried to tame herself a little bit, but we still got enough of that Tammy to really kind of a little bit. But now she's reportedly not returning back to the show. So they're saying that she's want to focus now more on the Bonnet Chronicles, which she's been doing on Instagram for the past year now. And then also that she has been offered a deal to return back for season 7 and moving on to other projects. So she feels like she has outgrown her role on the show and also hasn't been a basketball wife since her divorce from Kenny Anderson back in 2001. She's with Reggie now. They're still trying to make that baby, I suppose. So, she said that she's going to Chronicles brand more. Said that she's trying to find offers to bring the show into Bonnet Chronicles to an actual show on network TV. Like, I don't know. That's what Wise needs a Tammy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I just want to see Shawnee O'Neal and Evelyn Lozada, and I'm always living for Jackie Christie, but yeah, I definitely think that they need to have Tammy in the mix. I'm not sure. Do you watch any of the Bonnet Chronicles?
I watch them sometimes. I do follow her on Instagram, and if I happen to see it up there, I'll watch the video and stuff like that, and it's funny. And I feel like
the funniest one I've seen to date is the one where she kind of roasted. This is Amber. The one where she roasted Tina Campbell.
Oh yeah. So I mean, if anything, I would hope VH1 would turn that into a show. Because it's a good, nice little show and stuff like that. Even if it's like a 15-minute block of shows that they air or something like that, that would be a good look. But I don't know. Tammy, we want to see you back on Basketball Wives. Like, you kind of make the show a little bit, again, crazy ass Jackie Christie. It's only but so much crazy you can take, but you kind of like that crazy, but you give a lot of shade, and then you're also just funny as hell. And we're gonna make sure your cigarettes. So we'll see what happens when the next season comes on. Another person that we're gonna talk about too, as we were talking about earlier with the whole sexual harassments and sexual assault cases right now that's going on in Hollywood. I don't think we touched on this story a few weeks ago when it came out, but Terry Crews, he had a statement when a lot of the women were coming out against Harvey Weinstein. Terry Crews was the first male celebrity, if you will, to come out and say that he was touched inappropriately at a Hollywood party, big timer. And at the time, the guy who had touched Terry Crews wasn't identified at the time. But later turned out that it was what's this guy name? Did they put his name up here? Oh, Adam Bennett, on the head of WME, which is a agency in Hollywood for a lot of the stars, a talent agency. So law enforcement have told TMZ that Terry Crews went to cops nearly a month ago after posting on Twitter that a high-level Hollywood executive, quote unquote, came over to me and groped my privates at a Hollywood function. Came forward with allegations following mounting accusations by a former movie executive mogul Harvey Weinstein. Because the alleged incident occurred last year and within the statute of limitations of California, coming forward could trigger a criminal investigation. So they spoke with Terry Crews' wife days after the accusation, and she said there's a reason why rich, powerful men get away with it. So here's my thing here, because I remember when
Mr. Crews, you remember when Terry what?
I was gonna say I remember when Terry came out with the story, and that he said that he wasn't going to he didn't want to be that black guy. I guess I'm just paraphrasing for him. He said he wanted to be that guy, but I guess he wanted to be that black guy that turned up on the guy for touching inappropriate in the function. So he kind of said he just let it be or something like that.
Okay, yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut you off right there because Mr. Crews, your ass is too big,
yes,
too motherfucking black, and too goddamn strong to be letting some motherfucker grope you, touch you, fill you up, get into that booty hole or whatever it is. You are too old and big and black for that bullshit there. And your wife, what kind of wife you got? Because if anybody ever think about groping, touching, anything inappropriate to my husband, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem. Do you hear me? We would have turned that fucking party all the fuck the way out. No, sir.
No,
and then all of a sudden now this happened to you. I'm telling you, this is what the norm is. It's like this is shit is a fad. I don't get this.
It's too, like you said, it's too weird and it's too common that all these people all at one time again are coming forward. And again, if these things have happened, definitely it's bad because they even teach you that at work before, during your first week orientation about sexual harassment and stuff like that. But at the same time, you should be old enough to know. And
you was holding out for what parts? I mean, what was you holding out for? I mean, what was he in? Are We There Yet? That's what you was holding out for. You didn't say nothing because of that. You were in Friday After Next. That was funny.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine and stuff like that. Again, it's
again, and I don't know what kind of bitch ass wife you got, because ain't no way that I'm gonna stand there and let somebody grope my husband and touch all up on him and it ain't me, man or woman, whipping motherfucking ass. We gonna tag team somebody, because the next time you think about putting your hands where it don't belong, you gonna think of fucking game. I don't get this.
Yeah, it just don't seem quite right. Like, you as a big ass man could pull dude to the side of something and then fuck him up somewhere else, like in the bathroom or something, or out in the alleyway, like Phaedra on like Portia on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like,
he go quite soon on.
Somewhere along the line, you gotta have that, as a man would fuck somebody up if they touch you inappropriately, unless you liked it. Who knows? Your wife like she might be the
do a pod. Okay, yeah.
So I mean, I just
know what kind of fuck shit this is.
Not at all. So and then finally a police report. Now, did you want to be one of the women, Terry? Like, did you want to be a part of that Me Too?
And that's what I don't understand for these people that's coming out and y'all bringing up these charges and bullshit like that. Ain't there some kind of statute of limitations?
Exactly. Like, come on now, y'all. If it happened, we definitely, because we got to say allegedly up here, so allegedly. And definitely it's, like I said, it's a bad thing, but at the same time you got to be old enough and help accountable for you play your part in it, because you have the option to leave and say no. The only directors and producers and execs in Hollywood that you work with.
And everybody got a boss. I don't give a shit. Look at Mr. Winston. He got fired from his own fucking company. Everybody got a goddamn boss. And again, shit. There would have been some smoke in the goddamn city by the time we left out there. Had you touched my husband inappropriately, or had my husband been touched inappropriately in front of me, or he had to come back and told me, I would have been whipping fucking ass. That don't make any kind of sense to me. And all of a sudden, years later, now you was touching appropriately as well.
Exactly. I mean, and what much is there? You're a tall ass guy and a big ass guy. Like, what did he grow? The zipper of your pants? I mean, come on now. I know Terry Crews, when you played in White Chicks, you had this. You want to be, one of
the. That part a little too goddamn well. You was too goddamn comfortable with that bullshit.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Like I said, but ain't no way in the fucking world that shit would have been kosher with me.
So we'll keep y'all updated on that situation whenever, that gets this criminal investigation going on and stuff like that. And if he does the interview.
No, well.
I'm just curious to know what they want to say. I want to see the PDF files. I want to see exactly what he put in his police report and everything. We'll on to this one that we haven't really talked about after a while, because she's been doing pretty good on tour and stuff like that. But Janet Jackson, while she's not indirectly sued, the production company responsible for producing her No Sleep video that she had with J. Cole back in 2015 are being sued by the owner of
Where you gonna get
over $1 million. So the man claimed that the shoot caused extensive damage to his home. Dave Tate said that the production company Zammy Films used his house in July 2015 to film the video and agreed to cover any damages they might have caused or shot to security deposits fees. After the video shoot, he claims that there was extensive damage to his floors and walls caused by the production crew. So according to the PDF files, he had to fork over the money to repair the home, also move out of his home for 14 days, but has not been compensated for his troubles. He's asking for over $1 million in damages. This was like this was like the first video she came on that album, Unbreakable, which was in 2015. Jen, all that she's doing is doing a little two-step, a little rock and stuff like that. Nothing too heavy. She's not doing no.
How did y'all fuck up everything in the house?
Yes. Now, are you talking about Janice Wait? Because she wasn't big at the time. So, you know, again, this looked at the house that was in. I always say that video looked at the house that she was in playing. What's her name? Patricia and
Oh, and why did I get married?
Yeah, that house. So I was like, if anything, she fucked shit up in that house. But this house, like, it was more clean and stuff like that. So again, Jane was just doing a little rock, a little two-step and stuff like that. A little, not even a shimmy. She wasn't doing a hard choreography. She didn't even whoop her hair. So what in the fuck did she damage in that much? Posted against the wall too. So I mean, come on, sir. Did the TV wall mount fall down or something? That's why they got to repair your walls or something. And what type of floor damage did you cause? You know, was this some hard ass, you know, tile floor that you see like in the Florida villa or something like that, where you know you drop a on it and then break the tile? You know, the little those tile from back in the day that was like on it will break. Like, sir, I don't understand, but hey, I guess that's what he's suing for. So, you know, again, that's the quickie news right there for you all. Another quickie news event real quick too is that someone that we talked about on the show is her holiday season. So it's a time for everything Mariah Carey. But Mariah Carey is one of the artists that's going to be nominated for the 2018 Songwriters Hall of Fame. So, you know, Jay-Z won the award this year, being the first rapper to ever win the Songwriters Hall of Fame award. So she has written 17 or co-written 17 of her 18 #1 hits. She earns the first nomination for the prestigious prize. Songwriters Hall of Fame gave the Associated Press the list of nominees on Monday, and rap pioneering group NWA also earned its first nomination for the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And other nominees include Tracy Chapman, Kool and the Gang, and the Isley Brothers. So that's a good group of nominees right there. So we're going to see who wins the Songwriter Hall of Fame award.
I don't know, for some reason I think the Isley Brothers should get it. Hey girl.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
They
you.
ran a lot of classes, and for them to take the time out of their writing to write a whole dialogue of a script in Contagious, that takes a lot of good songwriting tricks right there, everybody. So what the hell is going on? But come on, people! Like, you gave your whole play in the middle of a song where the bridge is supposed to be at,
and it was better than the goddamn Willie Hall play too.
Shout out to Shantae Moore. And
Mama, I want to sing, goddamn
it. And then again, too, now I always tell you all this too. Like, listen to Mariah Carey songs. She, you know, when she writes a song, she uses some big ass words. So she helped me a lot in my English classes in middle and high school. I was writing some of those big ass words she used in her songs as well. They, oh, wait, how do you know that word? I was like, oh, you know, I just, you know some words, but the whole time listening to Mariah Carey, and she using the big ass words in her songs that you don't even know about, and some A's in class. So
I remember I was in an English class. It would have been about 12th grade or 11th grade year, and we had to write a play, and I wrote that damn. I wrote the damn play from Love Jones, the one because you know how to love. That was my favorite. That's one of my all-time favorite movie. And I had the soundtrack, and in the back of the soundtrack, there are the poems that they read, and so you know the poem at the very end that Nina when she recited when she was like, I thought I would see a special someone in here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an A on that bitch and nobody knew.
What? Oh, plagiarism. But anyway, so we did go to high school in bad news. High school that you went to?
I went to Heritage High School.
Okay, one of them high schools. Because one of the schools that Michael Vick went back to last weekend, bad news.
What?
So I was wondering if he was trying to, you know, maybe pass that bulletproof vest or something, or, you know, helping, you know, fund the metal detector at the school and whatnot. But
get him.
But so yeah, so that's the list of people right there, everybody. So those nominations or those winners for the Songwriter Hall of Fame usually come around February of next year. So we shall see what happens with that. All right, so now the news report real quick. So Shamar Moore. Now we don't talk about Shamar Moore a lot because he's a very interesting person. You know, he calls his female fans baby girls, so that's a little disturbing right there for one. You one of Shamar Moore's baby girls?
No. Did Shamar get that gap fixed at the bottom of his teeth? I can't be nobody baby girl with no teeth looking like that.
From looking at the videos, like he did get his teeth fixed though. So you all know that he has his new show right now on CBS called SWAT, which is in the second week of premiere and it's been doing good numbers on TV. So you know he got a steady paycheck right there. So I guess that's why Phaedra Parks was trying to Fraudra Parks, if you will, freaking Frat, one of her names, was trying to be a part of the Shamar Moore baby girl team. But Shamar said, "Fuck that bullshit. Let me get on IG real quick in my pool and let y'all hoes know that ain't no shit going down between me and Phaedra at all." So he said that he's 47 or 49 years old and fine or whatever he said he was, and that he's not dating Phaedra. He don't know her. They just had a drink on the TV talk show, had a hug on the talk show, but he don't know her. He don't date her.
I believe Andrea Cohen was trying to hook them up, but yeah, he pulled the Mariah Carey, I don't know her type situation. And then supposedly she is pitching a arbitration based type reality show to a few networks. Apparently, I guess when she first came aboard with the whole Real Housewives of Atlanta, she had pitched this idea to Bravo when they, you know, wouldn't go anywhere, they wouldn't move on it. So now that she is out of work and she needs to pay all these fucking bills and probably put a little bit of money on Apollo's books, she is looking to get this show picked up by a network. So this is probably gonna be some old sister-in-laws type shit. I'm not interested.
No. And apparently a lot of y'all too, because we're gonna give like a little quick tidbit on Real Housewives of Atlanta later, but apparently a lot of y'all on social media, on Twitter last night. I was on Twitter last night when Housewives were on Phaedra a lot, and this is on the second week episode in. So Andy, if they saying they miss Phaedra, does that mean they're gonna cut her a check and make her come back for season 11? Numbers ain't looking that good, so you might want to I don't know. Phaedra's entertainment in the way, but you know she lied her ass off about the sex dungeon and rape allegations and whatnot. So you know that's the reason why she was fired. But other than that, she was interesting in the way.
I mean, yeah, she had an interesting storyline. I mean, we're not gonna you know, negate that. She did have an interesting storyline. Her and Mother Goose.
Mother Goose.
Her mom look like Mother Goose.
Yes. Look, I'm not gonna talk about no one's mama, but she is built like a goose.
That's the Regina Bell.
Yeah. So yeah, so Smart said basically he's not feeling y'all lying on him. He said he don't like men's no more. Each with his male friends doesn't mean that he likes men's, and that he's gonna be fabulous sipping his tea in the pool for the life of what he's living right now, and that he's out here getting these checks and getting these money. So he said, "Stop to hate people."
Well, get money, bitch.
Yeah. So someone who a coon, if you will, Omarosa. So we haven't talked about Omarosa ever since, you know, beginning of the year when the whole Trump situation happened when he got in office. Remember she was be the advocate for black people, for Trump, whatever, that we don't want her a part of. So she's another person we got to switch over to the other side too. I'm trying to think who can take her place. You know, Demi Lovato, you know, her 1% African come over to the black side, so we can switch Omarosa out for Demi Lovato.
Not sorry.
So Demetria can come over to this side, to the black side. But Omarosa, you know, she got married recently, you know, and I guess Michael Clark Duncan said, you know, that's off my hands now, even though he's in heaven. He was like, you know, take that green mouth somewhere else. So
I hate, and speaking of Michael Clark Duncan, and I was just thinking about this, and I know we talked about this a few minutes ago. Neil, listen, do you think Terry Crews? Do you think Michael Clark Duncan? Do you think his ass would have let a nigga grow up his ass?
Exactly, he would have been pinned up against somebody's wall or something. But you know.
Yeah. Well, what were you saying, honey? She is now married.
Yeah, she's married, and she brought her 39-person bridal party to the White House back in April for some wedding pictures. But the only thing is, no one knew she was going to be there. So, you know, she thought she was all cool with the white man, the burnt Cheeto, and he was like, fuck that shit, you can't take no pictures here. So the 40-year-old, so she's the director of communications for the Office of Public Liaison, official title at the White House now. She didn't want any of the other senior aides or security officials that she would be intending on taking pictures at the Rose Garden and in the West Wing. So due to security concerns, they told her that she can't post pictures online, and that she and Pastor John Allen Newman officially tied the knot on April 8th at the Trump International Hotel in D.C. And Phaedra Parsons is part of the people as well, through Star as well.
I knew that was a front.
Yeah, so I was like, why is the story just now coming out, you know, about Omarosa not being able to, you know, take pictures? Because I'm not concerned about that at all. But, you know, it is. So now I was trying to start getting into our Foolishness Express stories of the night, everybody. You know, I love some of these stories that we talk about because it's real life and it can happen to as well, people. So one story in particular involves a woman who was on the plane. You know, sometimes you're just on the plane, you're just worried about, you know, making sure your ears don't pop. You're worried about making sure the plane don't go down. You just trying to make sure they got some good food that'll make you go to the bathroom. Because sometimes, you know, some food on the plane, I don't know if it's that altitude, but it'll mess your stomach up a little bit. So it's best advised that you just, you know, drink some cranberry and some alcohol on the plane. And here, let me see if she got a name up here. I kind of want to call her whole government out, but let me see if she got a name on this situation real quick. What's your name, baby girl? All right, so her husband were on the plane. She discovered that he was cheating, so it was an Iranian woman at that. So they were traveling on the on the Qatar Airways flight from Doha, Qatar to Indonesia on Sunday when she discovered that her husband was cheating. So they cheating overseas as well, people. And this is the same place where Janet Jackson's husband was from. So I guess it got a whole situation out there. She discovered her husband was cheating, and while he was sleeping, the wife used his hand to unlock his fingerprint and unlock his cell phone. So you know how, you know, fingerprint, thumbprint, and everything like that. So she got some smart shit going on with her. Going through the phone, she discovered that her husband was being unfaithful. So she started hitting her husband. Crew members on the flight tried to calm the situation down, but when they couldn't get the woman to stop attacking her husband, the pilot decided to land the plane in India. So the Times of India reported that alcohol played a factor in the mid-flight brawl. Officials say that the family was kicked off the plane and the flight continued to Bali at the airport and was sent to Kuala Lumpur by a Batik air flight. The official said no police action was taken. So, you know, again, she had every right, you know, if she felt like her husband was being unfaithful and whatnot, and you know, she was mad as hell and she drank some of those drinks back. I'm not doing this shit right now. You know, and I'm pretty sure she had a who is she type of moment. So she was going off on him. So, you know, again, you know, it's not all the best of places to do it on the plane, but hey, she did it. And
yeah, and you know, I think my girlfriend and I were talking about not this story today. We were talking not this story, but we were talking this morning, and we were talking about, you know, sometimes when you have a disagreement with your spouse, significant other, boyfriend, or whatever, you know, you kind of tell yourself, you know, well, you know, especially when you find out some shocking details, you know, you just kind of say, well, you know, don't get mad, you know, talk to them, hear their side of the story. But then, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment and you like truly faced with that opposition, all that shit go right out the window. And all I know to do is whoop ass first. I'm just I'm just telling you, you know, sometimes all you know to do is whoop ass first. Whoop ass, take names, ask questions later.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it's just, you know, what happened. And I think especially like we as women, that's just kind of what's in us. So
again, hey, learn new ways to trick your husband and getting his cell phone, people. Now, here's the story I've been waiting to get to all night, people. So, you know, I love a good Foolishness Express story. So this one involves how to get away with stealing $1,800 worth of electronics from the Walmart and self-checkout line for the pack of Kool-Aid. So, Cheyenne Amber West, who's 25 years old, and she's a waitress from Fort Pierce, Florida, got caught by the loss prevention officer at the Walmart after he saw her and the woman identified in the arrest affidavit as her mother, an HP Omen computer, a video game controllers, and other items from the electronics section. Charged with felony grand theft and misdemeanor for shoplifting, according to her PDF files. So what she decided to do was cover the barcodes of the items she stole or intended to steal with barcode stickers from items from the clearance section and ringing them up herself at the self-checkout. At one point of the game, they apprehended the loss prevention officer, who watched her and her mother pick up all the items and wheeled the unpaid merchandise to the exit in the shopping cart. So at her arrest, she was spotted on video surveillance swapping the stickers. So she said, "I'm just trying to get gifts for my son that I cannot afford. The computer is for my husband. Since he just got me a Coach purse, I figured he deserves something nice as well," she told the deputy in the affidavit. Mother wasn't charged and told the officer, "I know what my daughter was doing, but I never walked out with anything, and she is trying to get to gifts for her son." $1,000 bond on Tuesday. So, you know, again, people, this is the trick that, you know, where you take, sometimes people will cut the barcode of the pack of Kool-Aid in the store and get some tape.
What's the difference about face?
Now, I haven't, but you take a piece of, you know, an item like it's a pack of Kool-Aid, cut the barcode off the pack of Kool-Aid, attach it to
who got something to pay for it? If you can't afford it, you don't need to be getting it. Who got time to do all that?
Right here. So I'm just saying that's what people do. People will actually take that time and effort to do art and repair projects in the damn
y'all who know why this shit. The motherfucking pastor. Okay.
Now, what you talking about the self-checkout line the other week?
You just at the Universal Life Church, huh?
What are you talking about last week or the week before about putting that bottle of water on that case of water under your cart at this Walmart?
I don't recall any of
that. It's a conversation I had with somebody. I know I heard something about a self-checkout and bottle in the case of the Dasani water, but
I don't drink Dasani water, so I know that won't me. And I get my water from Lidl for $1.69 for what, 32 bottles.
Mm-hmm. What, you drink Fiji water?
Who?
Fiji water.
I get my water from Lidl. I think it's like 32 a case of like, or a pack of 32 for $1.69.
Oh, I didn't know they had that much. I get my water from Sam's Club. I get that Sam's Mark, whatever his name is. But yeah, the fact that she was trying to do something nice. So the holiday seasons are coming up. You know, this time of the year that people like to steal. So people also be careful in the parking lots now.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you park in a well-lit place in the front area. Even if you have to lie your ass off, go to the DMV and get a fake-ass doctor's note and park in the handicap section. It's better than parking farther away in the mall, because no, it's going to be a lot of people shopping and stuff like that. All the parking lots will be full, but you want to make sure that you don't get, you know, too far off the radar, off the grid, where the person can come up behind you, snatch your purse and snatch your stuff and shoot you in the point blank period. So that's a safety tip there. But she was trying to do something nice though. You know, she said her husband got her a Coach purse, so she wanted to do something nice too. She wanted to do some hood rat stuff for her husband since she got a Coach purse. Now, the whole time, this Coach purse probably came from Ross Dress for Less. But at the same token, you know, she wanted to do something nice for her husband since she got her, you know, since he got her a Coach purse from Ross Dress for Less. So, you know, we found out she was trying to get a laptop for $3 with a pack of organic bananas. But you know what? Hey, that's her prerogative. That's between her and her Jesus.
You know what? I mean, who got time to be doing all that?
People are very creative nowadays.
Yeah, I will tell you all that on Saturday I went to At Home. Have you been in there?
Yeah, it used to be Garden Ridge.
Yeah, that fucking store is a little expensive to me. Certain things. Mm-hmm. So they have a clearance section. And so that stuff is anywhere from like 25 to 70% off. But what they do is like they take like a red marker and then mark through the price. And then, you know, when you go up front to pay, you know, when they scan the barcode, it comes up to, you know, it'll say like, you know, this item was originally like $24.99 and it, you know, 75% off. So I was At Home on Saturday. You guys know I'm still trying to do some things to my office. So I have, and you've seen those like furry pillows. So I have a white furry pillow that I got from TJ Maxx. So before I got the pillow, I had like a red pillow and this cute little like white and cream color beaded pillow and black beaded pillow. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go back in At Home because that's where I got the red and the beaded pillow from. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to At Home and I'm going to see if I can find at least, you know, another red pillow and maybe another beaded pillow. So I found the red pillow, but I could not find a beaded pillow. I found a beaded pillow, but it was not the same. And this is my, this is my beaded pillow here. It's too cute. And I got it from At Home. And it was on sale. Well, it was $24.99 originally. And it had a red mark through it. So when I went back on Saturday, I just happened to have a red marker in my
okay. Sounds about right. You're from Bad News, but go ahead.
I didn't have a red marker in my purse. And I found a beaded pillow. It was not like that, but it was something like that. And it took the Jesus in me, honey, the God in me. That didn't take that damn red mark out of my purse. It walked through that goddamn pillow. The only reason why I didn't do it, A, because Jada was with me. And then B, I didn't know if they had no cameras. Because the last time I stole stuff that I was probably like 9, and I was at JCPenney's and I stole some Hello Kitty eyeshadow.
At the old Hampton Coliseum?
Uh-huh.
Was that the old Hampton Coliseum?
What?
The old JCPenney's that the JCPenney store from Hampton Coliseum?
Uh-huh. It was either.
It sounds about right.
Look, you know, it might have been the Montgomery Ward, one of the two, but it was at the Coliseum. And
it was Montgomery Ward Coliseum.
And
because that's where everybody steals from. Oh, wretched ass people. Because my sister lived in Hampton and she was still from Montgomery Ward all up and through. That's why they're out of business now.
Yeah, so we had the eyeshadow. And
I don't know her.
And I was like, dang. So that's the last time I stole something. But, and I used to steal chalk at school. And I used to put it in my pocket. But anyway, what I'll tell you, it took everything in me on Saturday not to take that red marker out of my goddamn pocket. Put it marker in the damn pillow. That's the only reason why, besides the God in me, it was because Jesus, Jada was with me, and I know he probably would have said something. Because he's at that age now where he loves to tell everything. And like, he's reading. So he reads my text messages. So, and like we go places, to eat, and he's 7, and so to get a kid's discount, I may say he's 5. No, mommy, I'm 7 years old. Like that. So that's the only reason why I ain't say nothing. Too, I know if they had no damn cameras in that goddamn at home. But if I find out, somebody let us know if they have no cameras, because tomorrow I'll go back with my goddamn mom.
Look, all you just gotta do is just put the marker in your sleeve like this here. So here's one trick I've learned back in the day, people. Not saying I'm gonna use to steal things, but just do a little trick like this, like wear a long jacket like this. You see the pillow, oh, okay. Oh, I see this item here. Okay, yeah. This other finger here and just go like this. People just go, and then put the marker back in your sleeve. Put your pocket in your
Because at home, they high as hell. I remember Iron Ridge being that damn expensive.
No. So when these new people took over, they really took over. So I'm going to take that trick too. So I live like 10 minutes from at home out here in Greenbrier. I'll take me a red marker just in case. And if I see something I like, I'm going to red mark that shit down to the and
it just got one little red line going across the. Let me see if I can show y'all this pillow. See, let me see if y'all can see this. Because this pillow was on sale. It was $24. Let me see. Can you see it?
And what? There's a little slicky line. What they got there?
You see the red mark, and then this brighter, and apparently they marked it on the back here.
Okay, let me mark some stuff up real quick. Okay. We hit to the game, everybody. We're gonna get some half-hour pillows at home tomorrow. But enough about stealing, people. We don't condone thievery here on the show. But
fit you.
Yeah. I just tell you the tricks of the trade, people. I'm not saying I've done it, but I know people who have done that. I think the last thing I stole was I was in college. I stole from Dollar Tree. But other than that,
around like Fantasia, walk around here, still got them candles and formula. I'm gonna need you to rethink your life plans. But however,
I have an excuse. I was in college. She was a baby mama, so she had every whip check under the sun that she could have got available to her. But she wanted to steal from the gas station some red ass candles that were unscented and a pack of not Pampers and some formula that was not formula. That's on Fannie Mae burrito.
Because when at that time I just had to, I had to steal, I had to take in my baby and stuff. So I just had to do it. So I just had to, I wanted to sing a song too. So I just wanted to do what I had to do. But now I'm married now. I got my husband, Mr. Taylor. I'm Mrs. Taylor now.
So anyways, moving on to an appearance on the show in a long time, people. So she was glad to be back real quick. So moving on real quick to our first now we have a session. We used to call it the TV rundown, but now we're just going to go ahead and call it FNL Watch, because we watch TV all the time here on the show. We give y'all your rundown on stuff. So first off, we got to do
was sit in the bed at night and talk to me to hold the phone. A lot of times I'd be asleep on that ass.
Yes. But clap bravo to Tiffany Haddish for being the first African American comedian, female comedian to host Saturday Night Live. She hosted on Saturday night 11/11 with Taylor Swift as the musical guest up there. And Tiffany did a real good job, people. Like, she really did great. Characters and everything that she played in the skits were on top, on up the par and everything like that. even the last kid that they did on the show, she's one of the characters on the show, one of the cast members on the show, and their chemistry like was really good. And I was like, you know what, if they did a movie together, that would be so dope. So, you know, again, congratulations to Tiffany Haddish on the show. And if you haven't watched it, you know, of course you can watch it on Hulu. I even think they got it on YouTube probably, so you can watch it. But in the film, I mean,
you can probably catch it on YouTube. You know what? I love Hulu, but I refuse to pay for Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So I had to make a choice.
On the streaming service too, so that's trying to get more money now. So
I did, but I enjoy. I watched all of. You guys know I love Mindy. What was
the project?
Yes. So I did watch all of that on Hulu, and then after the free subscription was the free trial was over.
Well, that's when you just gotta make another email address real quick. And email addresses are always free on Gmail. And get you another one, another subscription. Shout out the title. Which also two people now. If you buy CDs at Best Buy, here's a little Black Friday tip before I give you the other Black Friday tips on the next show. But on Black Friday, if you buy any CD on Black Friday from Best Buy, title for free. So is that real over there title where they can afford to give away 6 months of free service? Well, I know I would buy a $3 CD from Best Buy on Black Friday just to get 6 months of title for free. So by 3 months already ends on December 28th. So if I get that new 6 months, I'll be rocking title free summer 2018, everybody. So make sure you go buy your CDs from Best Buy on Black Friday to get your 6 month trial of title. But also two people, Tamar events premiered last week. We had some questions and concerns. You know, me and Monique talked, and I'm all for the weight loss and everything like that. You know, me being the former fat kid myself and the former Team Chunk member, I'm all for the weight loss, but I didn't understand, you know, I didn't realize that you had all that stomach and, you know, because you got the gastric sleeves, so it just lifts all the shit out of you, and then you still got that hanging skin. And, you know, a lot of people go through that too when they're going through, gastric bypass and whatnot, or any type of surgery. Now, because that part of the game is not covered under your insurance, so that's considered cosmetic surgery when you got that hanging skin left. And, you know, sometimes it be all stink and stuff like that. You know, it's like, you know, sniff your belly button and you haven't, you know, washed your belly button in a long time. You put that belly button, you know, sniff into your nose. And just imagine that magnitude by all the skin that's around your skin. Like, you gotta lift this skin up here to make sure you get all the dirt and crevices off of your hanging skin and whatnot. So just because, you know, you don't want to be that disrespectful in life.
I hate you, Rick. Anyway, I cannot stand. Oh my God.
Yeah, so, you know, Vince is going through his weight loss transition and everything like that. He's trying to get the surgery, but Tamar's like, no, don't get the surgery. You already had a lot of clots in your life. You almost died a few years ago, where she's going all crazy in New York City in a small ass apartment, buying up shit from Home Goods, knowing they can't fit in an apartment that you want to rent for 2 months, and then trying to pay deposit when she told Tawana to tell the girl don't answer the door or stuff like that. So. So that's what happened. Then also, you know, Tamar going through, you know, performing and stuff like that, the BET Awards, and performing at a nightclub, and the dancers didn't make the stage on time, and Tamar like, where the hell were you at, Vince? Vince taking advice from Benzino, which Benzino was taking advice from Erica and from Tina and Teddy last week. So,
you know, it's all fraudulent, honey.
Yes, and that whole circle right there is just a whole trifecta of foolishness. So, you know, this season though, you know, Monique was, you know, wanted to see all the action up front of the whole divorce drama. They just gave you a little piece of it though. They just told y'all they've been filming for the 3 months and they were there for all the events leading up to the divorce. We gotta, you know, they just gave us the appetizer, so we gotta keep watching for the full course. It's like at Olive Garden. They want to keep feeding us the breadsticks and the free salad refills, and then we get that main.
I was pregnant. I ate that goddamn salad too. I threw up out my nose in there. So I want to keep watching. I want to see all of it up front. Goddamn it! I was so sick of hearing about this goddamn flabby ass skin and this goddamn skin hanging. I was like, that was the whole entire episode. What?
I was like, Vince, you finally get the storyline. This is what your storyline is going to be about, your snaky ass skin. I mean, come on. So, I mean, hopefully there's a lot of Dow soap or, you know, some Bath and Body Works. You know, I got this new Bath and Body Works soap right now. I think it's like a bourbon, if you will. So, you know, you get a little dark wood kind of scent to extent that, you know, dirt off your body.
Yes, for my husband's birthday, he don't know this, but Bath and Body, like typically when I give him for his birthday, I always give him like a whole lot of different gifts. So he had said it, you know, that he wanted a pair of bedroom slippers. So I got him that, just gave him a whole bunch of different things. But I happened to just be walking through the mall when I was leaving at home, because here in 804 at home is inside the mall in Chesterfield Town Center. So when we was leaving at home, I happened to go past Bath and Body, and they had their body care lotions. And I don't typically use their lotions, not unless someone gives it to me for a gift or something. I just don't go in Bath and Body and buy like their lotions and body sprays. I typically go for like the you know, for the housewares type thing. So for the, you know, plug-ins and the wallflowers, things like that. But anyway, they had their body care on sale, $3.95. So I got my husband two. I got him the teak wood and the noir, I think is what it's called, lotions. And so he has been drenching himself in that fucking lotion. So yesterday when he got off work, he took a shower and he drenched himself in it. When he got home today, he took a shower, which, you know, straight upstairs, took a shower, and he came downstairs. And I was in the kitchen cooking, and I could smell him when he got to the bottom of the staircase. And I'm like, what is going on? And he was like, I was like, why do you have all that oil? Well, you gave it to me. I was like, yeah, but I remember you to you know, put a little bit on your elbows, you know, put a little bit on your knees if you needed to. But why are you drenched in this stuff? It actually does smell very good though. But yeah.
Well, that's not good now, because they added shea butter to their stuff now. So I used to not put it on my face, but you know, I get eczema around the winter, but they put shea butter in their lotions now. You know, I actually been putting it on my face, and it's like, okay, you know, my skin all clear and whatnot. But yeah, they got some good ass lotions. That's when they're on sale though. Only when you catch the 2 get 1 free, or the buy 3 get 3 free.
Yeah, it was, this one was the body care was $3.95, and then it was or buy 2 get 1 free, buy 3, I think, like get 2 free. And you know me, my cheap ass. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy 2 of these. Do I get 1 free? She was like, no, you have to $3.95. He was like, and I know that lady was looking at me because she knows me. And I was just like, you tell this black bitch come in here, her ass is always trying to get the fuck off. Let me just out about 2. Let me just pick up another one, my free one. She was like, I'm no man. You can't get a free one. You either have to buy like the spray, or I think it was like the spray or the shower gel. And I was like, was that on sale? She was like, no, I'm okay. So we're going to get these 2 body lotions.
Well, moral of the story is that Vince, get you some Bath and Body Works lotion to get that flabby ass skin under a scented control, or get some lemon wedges to rub it on your stomach, and you smell like a lemony fresh, pine salt, fresh, strong and powerful, and whatnot. So, you know, that's Tamar and Vince. You can watch the Thursday Night Feud at 9 p.m. on WeTV. You know, it's our replacement since there's no more Mary anymore. So, you know, we gotta catch up with, you know, the latest in the voice drama of Tamar and Vince.
I would have rather seen Tina Campbell because of her mama out than hear Vince take about this goddamn skin hanging.
Oh my goodness. And then also 2 people, you know, Real Housewives of Atlanta returned back again. gave y'all a little synopsis of it last week, but this week episode, that eventful.
It was a yawn.
Basically,
the whole thing was about pretty much Portia not going to Kenya to Shamina's wedding. Let me try. I can't remember how it started off, but from what I do remember, Sheree went to go see a life coach. And again, if this gonna be your goddamn storyline all season long, you can keep that shit too. But this is kind of the aftermath of the whole issue with her and Bob last year. So she states that she's never ever discussed this with her kids, this issue of Bob Whitfield being abusive towards her. So she went to see this life coach to kind of help guide her through the process. So he gave her homework assignment, which was to go ahead and get prepared to start discussing these things or these issues with her children. So she went to Candy's and she had 2 or 3 of her best friends that knew her and Bob very well practice as if they were the kids, and she was telling them. That was that. I'm trying to think what else.
Cynthia, you got a nice house and everything out there in the lake house and everything like that.
But let me Cynthia. Yeah, let me find out your ass on plenty of fuckery.
Yes.
And whatnot. What the hell kind of bullshit was that?
Exactly. And you out there in that house by yourself, I'm pretty sure there's no gates or anything like that. Now, that's one place I wouldn't. Now, a lake house is nice for a vacation home, but I can't be living out there full time because who knows, all the bears and stuff could get their goons, the deer could be out there trying to run the train on you or something. Anything is possible. So,
I don't know. I wouldn't mind living at a lake house all year round.
I don't trust them animals out there. They try to get you any way they can. They mad about something, so they
shot during the day where I can see. But I don't know. I think I wouldn't mind a little lake house. Then again, I don't know. I'm still scared. That one of my favorite movies, What Lies Beneath. Remember they was on That's the only thing that would stop me from being in the lake house.
Yes.
But honey, she is out here trying to date. Again, she's on plenty of fuckery because she said that she was on the dating website and got this little young boy, 29 years old.
He asking about Peter here and there, even when Noelle is going to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because they were both saying, he asked about Peter, like, girl, let that go, Cynthia. That's
Yeah, and so Noelle has graduated high school. She did not go off to college. She pretty much is trying to find herself, find her way. She's dating a little boy out in Charlotte. So again, we see her leaving Cynthia's to go meet her boyfriend. She stated, like you said, she was going to see Peter. She was not going to offer that information. Again, like you said, Cynthia low-key asked about it. Then Kenya Moore, bitch.
Now, this storyline here, girl.
Yeah, we're not gonna do this bullshit with your ass. Crazy. So Kenya, we see her. She's back at Moore Manor, and so my glasses are so dirty. She is back at Moore Manor, and so she is playing with her 2 dogs, and she is showing them the wedding dress and the veil and all that stuff that she wore on her wedding day. So lo and behold, the producers come to the house. And I don't know what they were trying to ask her. Don't really remember that part. But what I do remember is her crying like Tyrese.
Yes.
Talking about that she doesn't want to end up in divorce. This whole situation with her husband, I guess, not revealing himself, not wanting to be on the show. Now he's all out in the blogs. The paparazzi is after him.
Can't sleep.
Yeah, he's not eating. He cannot sleep. This is really messing with him because he's a private person. Well, let me ask you this now. She said Chef Roble hooked him up.
Yeah.
Chef Roble, every time you turn around, he's grinning and showing back teeth, as you would say. You know what I mean? So if you guys are friends, I would just assume that you are somewhere and you hanging out with Chef Roleplay. I would just assume that you are smiling for the cameras. You know what I mean? Like blogs and pictures and all that stuff. You know, you're familiar with those things.
Yeah.
So, girl, we're not sure what's going on, but again, we don't want to hear this shit all fucking season. You guys know that Real Housewives of Atlanta, they give you about 36 good episodes. Because I'm telling you, they typically don't end till about April or May.
Yeah.
This, I'm not gonna do with you to April or May. Fuck shit. You need to find you a better storyline.
Yes.
And I guess, like you said, to end it, y'all know I love to see Shaka Khan, Portia's mama.
Yes.
Her sister was up there. And so basically, Lauren, Portia's sister, has had some issues with. Now, Lauren don't get paid. I guess she like me. She don't get paid. She don't get paid to be on that show. I mean, they don't give her at least $5,000 an episode.
Oh, they don't get the husbands no money. Don't get them extras no money either. So
apparently, Lauren has had some things go on with her daughter's father. So I guess they were living together. She moved out. And so she is now coming to live with Portia, her and the daughter. And so the little baby Bailey, so basically you see them trying to baby proof the house, this, that, and the third. And so, again, Shamina, and I guess this is kind of the crazy part. We've already kind of seen this stuff already play out or whatever. Shamina obviously has gotten married, or is on the show is getting married, and so she is having her wedding ceremony in Kenya, and so she desperately wants Portia to be there. Portia, for whatever reason, is not going. She claims that the tickets were too high. They were like $10,000 for first class because she is under strict doctor's orders, and they say because she has a problem with her blood pressure drops, then it gets high, drops, then it gets high, drops, and then it gets high. She cannot fly coach, so, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So basically, they have a falling out about that. And they are arguing, and finally, pretty much Portia's like, well, listen, I'm not going to try to understand what you saying because I've already told you this is how I feel. This is the way it's going to be. I'm not coming in your back. So that was pretty much it. I'm not sure if I left anything out.
That's pretty much everything.
Yeah, we didn't see Nene this episode. They still haven't Kim Zolciak still has not made her appearance, nor has Marlo Hampton made her appearance yet. So, like I said, yesterday's episode was a bore, a big old yawn.
Yes, we need some more turn up, everybody. So hopefully Marlo, Eva Marcel, or if I can still call it Eva Pickford, and Kim Zolciak and Nene add that fire that they need, because these girls are a little dry la la. So, we'll go real quick to it. So Xscape came on as well, people, the second episode of the week. And I actually like this Xscape show. Mona Scott always did a good production on the show, except for that one show that used to come on Bravo about those people in Atlanta. But Mona tended to give a good show. And, again, you hear the backstories and stuff, because we saw this happen and play out on Unsung on TV1 last year before they got back together. And Candy's still, not here for big girl Tasha's husband being the manager of the group again. So that's why they got Mona Scott as manager of the group.
That's like having you as a manager. But
you know what? That's my, anyway. So.
You always put me up here cooning, but I don't never give them money. But go ahead.
So, anyways, Tamika, the group, the other Tamika, Tasha's sister. I forgot she had a grown-ass daughter, and her daughter's getting married, and her daughter's husband looked like John B. So I said, okay, this was some 1990 a concert revival type of situation, and
they've been together for like 20 years.
Yeah, so I was like, that's cute, and again, just seeing them get ready for the BET Awards and everything like that, Now, Xscape were on Watch What Happens Live last night as well. And you know, Candy has been on this whole situation where she don't want to really be a part of the group. You can tell she don't really want to be a part of the whole shit show. But, however, she signed on for it. But you know, Candy loves a good check. Well, when I watched What Happens Live last night, she said that those three are doing new music and she's going to be doing Broadway and some other things. Now I was thinking, okay, Candy, what Broadway play you going to be on in Broadway in New York City now? Maybe with a hall production, like a, you know, Two Can Play That Game or something that they're on right now with Vivica. But
I didn't see Watch What Happens Live, but I have it on DVR. And the bitch, didn't you already get your fill of plays?
Yeah, what was that? A Mother's Heart or something?
A Mother's Love, but
Mother's Love, the shit that was supposed to tour. I was actually had tickets to go see it when it came to Willett Hall too. I had tickets from 95.7 R&B, and they canceled the show. You can remember they canceled the whole tour due to logistic reasons, or the money management wasn't quite right. But I mean,
well, listen, let me tell you something about this show. Now, we only have 2 more episodes left, and I'm thinking my Jesus about that. Because here's the thing. We have seen this whole thing, like you said, already kind of play out. We've seen the unsung episode. You know, and I guess, you know, and again, even with, like I was just saying, with Housewives of Atlanta, it would be different if we had not seen these things already in the blogs and these things had not already happened. But again, like I said, we've seen how this is already going to play out. I don't really understand what's the point of all this if you guys are not going to be making new music. Because again, we already know the outcome. You guys looked and sounded a hot fucking mess at the BET. They said the Essence Festival, you guys did not sound very well at all. So again, us seeing you guys rehearse and every man wants a woman that could come up a good meal. Grand Candy, you state that you don't even remember the words to have for the songs. You don't want to do the dances. You off in the corner pouting and having a temper tantrum. And some of it, I get it. You know what I mean? Latasha or Tamika Scott, you need your ass whipped for all them goddamn vicious ass slide your ass. You the same way if I don't get my goddamn Google checks. I'm gonna say that. But, you know, it's just again, you know, and like it's almost kind of like who was that? I can't remember. Oh, kind of like remember on Dreamgirls how L'Oreal was like, you know, I'm fine with just singing background. I ain't, you know, and that's the same thing with like Tamika, Scott, and Tiny. It was like, shit, you know, I could sing back up all day as long as my motherfucking check is the same. You know, as the thing don't matter to me one bit. So, you know, again, some of it I do you know, empathize with Candy. I do believe Latasha Scott. I do believe that you set that 3rd album up so that you could secure your solo deal. And when it went awry, you talked about it yourself on R&B Divas when the shit went awry. Now you guys are looking for Candy to save you guys. So again, it's only 2 more episodes. It was a 4-part type of series. You know. And again, I could have left this one. I really could have left it. And I guess you want to talk about Married to Medicine real quick?
Yeah, real quick too. Xscape's biopic that Mona Scott Young is producing as well will be premiering on. They're shooting it soon, but it's going to be premiering on Bravo. So you know, keeping it all in the Bravo family. So at least it's a movie that we can actually watch on TV on a Sunday night on Bravo, and just chill and cut up with y'all on Twitter, on Black Twitter, and me, Monique, go to Helen on the movie and see what we got, some information to talk about up there. But maybe,
and maybe we could do it like, well, I don't know. Maybe one of us could do it like maybe that'll be a good day to have our cook off.
Yeah,
our cooking thing.
Yeah, have some food and watch Xscape as well at the same damn time, everybody.
Yeah, you guys could watch us cook.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. I put that in the idea book. Y'all getting paid for the idea, but I put in the idea book.
Fuck your idea book, Reggie.
Well, Married to Medicine, it comes on. Oh, it comes on Friday nights, everybody, at 9 or 8 p.m. So
yeah,
yes, so they come on Sundays, but they show the rerun on Sundays. But it comes on Fridays at 8 p.m. And the second episode, again, it was all right.
Gone.
Yeah, and things that we learned was that they still talking about Jackie Christie, not saying Jackie Christie, but Dr. Jackie and her situation with Cecil.
No, she's married to Curtis, Reggie.
Curtis, well, was Dr. Simone and Cecil going through their shit right now too. I'm like, all going through some marital ass drama right now, but y'all out here, talking about Lisa Nicole Cloud and her husband, who she had to check the side chick not too long ago, a few weeks ago. We didn't talk about that on the show.
That shit was a goddamn fool.
Yes. But anyway, so, everybody going through divorce drama on the show. Curtis, the side chick, did an interview with Radar Online and Dr. Jackie. Now, me, if I was a woman and I was, going through a pregnancy and stuff like that, and she was my OBGYN, I can't be going to a doctor that's all stressed the hell out doing some divorce drama bullshit, because she might fuck me up.
Well, listen, let me tell you about here's my opinion on this. And I kind of briefly mentioned it last week when we did our show. Dr. Jackie, you're going to have to take some type of accountability. Now, I am not stating, now I get it. Now, a woman as successful as you are, you ain't going to be cheating on me with no goddamn Coach Carter salary and think that shit is a motherfucking okay.
Carter salary.
Because Curtis is just an old bastard high school basketball player, old gym teacher, throwing out dodgeballs and shit. So I get that part. But here's the thing, bitch. No, he told you multiple times that he felt like that you were neglecting him. Mm-hmm. And, he stated, you work late. When you come home, you go straight to the bedroom and you are charting. You're ignoring me. I want to go out, shake a little tail feather. All of those things that married people do or whatever. And so he told you multiple times. And then the other thing is, you said on national TV, and if you did not mean it, you shouldn't have said it. If I don't make him happy, he should go out and find the person that makes him happy. You shouldn't have said it.
Exactly.
Now, none of that gives him the right to,
I say he found someone to give him a happy ending.
Yes, and none of that gives him the right to cheat. But also, here the other thing is, to me, no one in this life is exempt from heartache and pain. You're going to always have a storm, and without a test, you will never have your testimony, bitch. And you of all people should know that. So again, it's also, you have to do some self-reflection. I'm not stating that you deserve to be cheated on, but you also were not as attentive as you should have been, not just to Curtis, but just in your marriage in general. You know what I mean? So again, and it's this, and what kind of makes me a little ill is the fact that, you kind of walk around and you act like this shouldn't have happened to you. Bitch, ain't nobody exempt from heartache and pain. A lot of shit didn't happen to me in my 37 years of being on this earth that I thought was unfair. But it happened, and it made me stronger because I had to go through the trials and the tribulations. And that's all that is.
Yeah, so again, this Dr. Jackie's storyline for the season. So we'll see more about this for sure on the show. Toya had not a birthday. It's tonight every year. Y'all always catering to her birthday on the show. So they did a cook-off on the show this time around, which is very, sensible and whatnot, because, being that they still got to pay the IRS off real quick, so they weren't doing it too extravagant. But they had a nice little cook-off, and some of the recipes sounded a little good too. The non-doctors won the cook-off situation, and they burged with the guacamole and stuff. It sounded quite good. Tastes a little, sounded quite tasty and everything. But then even that he was in the kitchen, got Dr. Simone crying because her and Cecil going through their shit, and she got to sleep at the North House, and he had the South House still. Now that's where y'all fucked up at, because y'all still got two separate houses. And then he about to lose his job as an IT person because he don't know what day he gonna get laid off. So I mean, they already got a lot of stress enough as it is already. So you know, they're going through this storm right now
out in
too.
the houses and get back to the fucking basics.
Yes.
You know, now let me tell y'all something. Now tomorrow is my late day to work, which is one reason why I'm not necessarily opposed to all this fucking overtime. Because Reggie, if you don't know, I know, but it's 12:01 a.m. and I should really be in the bathroom rolling my all these. Oh, you see all this hair, all these locks and whatnot. I should be in the bathroom rolling up my hair. But
we just got 3 more minutes.
What you say?
You got 3 more minutes.
But what I said all that to say, tomorrow is my late day, so I'll go in at 12. My husband goes in late, and so I told him tomorrow, get ready, because yeah. So Jane out to school, even though we plan to sleep in a little bit, but we're gonna do some other things because again, I am his wife, and he is my husband, and that's what God says that we should be doing, and I No, but seriously, we have to also take time for each other or whatever. And so again, I'm happy tomorrow that, because again, my husband works a lot. So there are some days I see him in the morning when he leaves to go to work. And then I may, when he comes home, he's tired, he goes to bed, So again, but I'm excited tomorrow to just kind of take time to spend with my husband, even if it's not but those few hours in the morning, because we both have late days tomorrow at work, which means that we'll go in a little bit later. But you've got to be attentive. And like you said, Simone and Cecil, y'all other problem is that goddamn them 2 separate houses. Go back to the basics. Remember when y'all was living in an apartment, y'all ain't always had them houses and things.
Exactly.
Go back to when you were sleeping on a pissy ass mattress on the floor.
Yes, wasting all that money for 2 houses. All the electric bills and stuff for 2 houses, and confusing the hell out of y'all kids, because now they're gonna grow up with confused as hell now how a marriage should work and stuff. Y'all keep throwing around that divorce word around.
And that youngest one, he already off the chain. He looked like a horny tadpole.
Yeah, cursing on Netflix episode or something like that. I'm like, you know what, little boy? How old the hell are you? These little kids nowadays growing as hell. That's how the new generation is now, these new little kids. But, again, we pretty much all the stuff that we saw on the show, and I forgot even what happened next week. But, you all to watch. Hopefully,
and they introduced the new girl contestant.
Yeah. Her hair was a little thin, but she was nice. And Dr. Heavenly was, tried to comfort her too in a different kind of way, though. That was really weird. And then Dr. Heavenly acting like she didn't say shit, but how Dr. Heavenly do. She she always throws some shade and stuff like that, but she acts like she didn't really. Oh, she didn't know what she's doing.
Why does everybody talk about it in all their YouTube reviews, how thin your goddamn hair is? Now, I was looking at you on Friday night, too, and I was like, wait a goddamn minute. You need to either get you a short Halle Berry type of cut or bitch, a couple bundles. If you need to pick a side, bitch. We're going to see what you got to offer, okay?
Yeah, get some Carol's daughters to, volumize your hair or something, get some of that growth back, some Dr. Miracles or something, but
get you some for 8. I had to buy some yesterday because I will tell you, even though my hair, I got these long, luxurious locks, I tie my scarf down around my edges very, very tightly. And so my edges are starting to thin. I'm not very happy about that. Not proud of that at all. But a bitch went and got some stuff for 8 on yesterday, and I've been ordering my scalp and greasing these old edges, honey.
Yeah. So, we shall see what happens on the next episode next Friday. Well, this Friday coming up, everybody. And then Love Hip Hop New York, of course, came on 2 people in Love Hip Hop New York.
Oh, I didn't see that tonight.
It's starting. You know what? I missed that love ass triangle, or that crazy ass hood ass triangle with Peter, Amina, and Tara. And you know what? Yes, you know who I miss on the show too, people? Lexi and Mo. Bad bitches on deck. Like, they need to be back on the show because they had some type of character. Like, these new people, it's kind of like, like, I'm waiting for Atlanta now. I'm ready for the new season for Atlanta now. I'm over New York already. So maybe something will change, but hey, it is what it is. So thank you all for tuning into tonight's show, everybody. We definitely turned up with you all and left y'all with a lot of information and a lot of laughs and stuff like that. I can't wait to go back and listen to the show or watch the show. It was well worth the retape, if you will. So we would we definitely do thank you all for watching, everybody. So on the next show, we'll tell y'all about the Thanksgiving. Because Thanksgiving is next week already, people. So we'll give y'all some Thanksgiving tips, some Black Friday tips and stuff like that. And hopefully it's not a lot of news that we gotta, next week we're gonna try to do the show in an hour. We're gonna attempt to do it in an hour. So we will try to count this as the overtime and the yearly tax write-offs. But
next week I got a hair appointment. I won't have to roll my hair. Oh.
Oh goodness. But again, thank you all for watching the show, everybody. You can always watch us on YouTube here, everybody. So like and subscribe to the channel, comment below. And then also follow us on Twitter, me at Mr. Dr. MRDOC, Monique at Cookie Love 1980. The FNL Facebook page, the link is in the comment or in the link or wherever the thing is now on YouTube. They changed it up so much. But the link is there to like us on Facebook as well. But thank you all, people. Have a good rest of your work week. Don't buzz people over the heads with bottles. Use your motherfucking words, people. Use your goddamn words, okay? Yes, and don't steal from Walmart people with a pack of Kool-Aid barcodes. And but thank you all for watching. And don't forget your red marker if anybody's going at home, okay? Yeah, red markers on that. But thank you all for tuning in, everybody. Y'all have a good rest of your night, everybody, and peace. Peace.